Ah, fuck. I just need one more second, guys. I'm sorry I do this to you all the time because I'm just not very good at this bullshit. All right, here, look at my cock for a second, and I will be right back. All right. I just got word that um, this the replacement PPMS channel got nuked after 6 hours. The big channel got nuked, I think, yesterday, maybe the day before. Um, and yeah, it lasted 6 hours. It was actually Dead Twist channel. He sacrificed his channel so that PPMS could live, and then they fucking killed it after 6 hours. But he did appeal it, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, whatever, it'll come back. But I mean, they're out to get us, people. It's a fact. There have been so many catchers have their channels taken down while if you actually are a predator, it's very hard to get that kind of channel taken down because, like, I'm not into when people steal my shit. Like, I don't ever copyright strike it, but I will strike a channel that looks like it's going after kids or whatever. And I've done a lot of that on Facebook and YouTube, Instagram. Anytime somebody runs across one and we need to all pile in, I'm there. Just don't fucking do what John Davis did and send me a bunch of pictures of little girls um, and swimwear. That freaked me out. And I don't know why you would have to go through and look at each one of them and fucking copy them and send them to people. Just send me the fucking link and whatever. But so anyway, what's going on, David? I still feel like shit, so I don't know how long this is gonna last.
No problem, man. I just thought I'd jump up and say hello. What's up?
Right on, man. How you doing?
Okay.
Okay. I don't really believe you, but I'm not gonna try to drag it out of you either. But I forgot to say hello to people. What's going on, Mr. Samuel? What's going on, Visa? Oh, we got a Visa and a MasterCard. Hello, Irish meme. What's up, Nipa Predator Catcher? Good to see you. You just saw his stream earlier? Okay. Yeah, they put out a few videos today and they immediately got nuked. What's up, Veronica?
Okay. He got struck immediately?
What's up, Cat Eyes? Yeah, the replacement channel lasted 6 hours and got nuked.
Jesus. Blame it on the algorithm.
I blame it on Chomo's being in charge of everything. That's what I blame it on.
Yeah. You think they are? What do you mean in charge of everything? Expand.
Dude, there are so many Chomo. Like, look at all the royalty that's been caught.
Got you.
We got fucking. I mean, you got the royal family over there. We got the fucking Clintons over here. And Jeffrey Epstein and all that shit. These are all high-profile people. And like PvP and PCI, they both caught prominent people from Silicon Valley. and I forget who else. But hey, what's up, kid nurse? Jordan, how you doing, baby?
Jordan. I don't know no Jordan. Who's Visa?
Hmm?
Visa and MasterCard. That was a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're correct. It's an epidemic, man. It's terrible. It
it really
stretches
is.
far and wide. It's pedophilic stuff. Hello, Christy. How are you doing?
Hey,
Nice
Christy.
to see you.
So anyway, yeah, that's really all I got. I still feel like shit. So if somebody wants to carry this panel for me, I won't be up here for very long.
Okay. You still feel
Um,
like shit. Do you know what? You probably have COVID, brother.
no, I
COVID is
don't
in.
believe I have. I don't believe I
Okay.
have COVID.
I had it
I'm not.
twice. I had the stuff twice. The second time nearly killed me.
Oh
Whole,
wow,
the whole family had it. Oh, God.
wow.
Well, three of us in this house. And we all had it at
Yeah,
the same time. Oh, my God. You can't taste the salt. Anything salty. You can't eat. I could not eat for a whole week. I should have
yeah.
stayed away from
I
the
I
alcohol.
I never got their fucking vaccines, but COVID missed me. But it hit
Yeah,
my parents pretty hard.
oh, oh, the vaccines did. Is that what you're saying? The
I never
the,
got the vaccine. Fuck that.
man, I didn't either, and I should have, but I always have to tell people I did because I hear bad stuff about vaccines. If a frontline worker is going to tell me not to get the vaccine, I'm not going to get it. No way. Because I was told by a frontline worker here in Ireland. You know,
Yeah.
a nurse, not kid nurse, a nurse, actually, real nurse, told me not to get the vaccines. Just stay
Oh
away from
well,
them. You
yeah,
understand?
you don't want to follow Kid Nurse's advice. Kid Nurse is an actual nurse, but he's
Uh,
trying
uh,
to build
oh,
Frankenstein in his basement. I know what he's up to.
very good. No, I don't mean kid nurse, but you know what I'm saying. A nurse told me not to get the vaccine, warned me not to get the vaccine. You know, the vaccine for COVID. I was told against getting it by a nurse in a hospital,
Yeah,
so I didn't get it. I don't know if you can understand me.
not really, but I'll make do. I like accents. They're really cool. It's just that my hearing, I can't. Sometimes I can't
Oh yeah, you're
understand.
hearing. Sorry, man. Yeah, my phone.
I want to hear you. I want to hear you and Kodiak have a conversation. Has that happened yet?
Kodiak. I know Kodiak. I know the name.
Hey,
I
what's
haven't
up,
seen
Philip?
Code. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying hello to people in chat.
Okay. I haven't seen. Is Kodiak in chat? I haven't seen Kodiak in a long time.
No, I'm just saying that you two should have a conversation. I would like to at least
Is
try
he
to hear
Irish?
that. I probably would. She's North. You better say North Irish, or she'll kick your ass. But
Northern
yeah,
Irish. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd like that. That would be good. I'd bring that on. It'd be, oh my God. 'Cause that's
what's up,
UK.
Rod Plum?
Oh my God, that would be good. That's a good idea, man. That would be good over live. But I'd have to get an interpreter.
Yeah,
I probably would. But that's interesting. That would be interesting. I'd like to see that as well.
hello, Leanne Matthews. Welcome. You ever been here before, Leanne? I don't recognize your name, but you're welcome here.
Yep. Hey,
Unless
Paddy. Taco Cat. Spell your name backwards, Taco Cat.
Hey, what's up, Taco Cat?
Spelled backwards the way you spell it frontwards. David, guy is everywhere. This guy is everywhere. No, I'm sorry. Mr. Plum.
What's up, KJ?
I'm bored. That's why I'm everywhere.
So, like, I've not been watching panels or anything here very much lately. Did
Yeah.
anything new pop off in the last 24 hours that I need to be aware of?
Um, no, I don't think so. Unless
All right, good.
anyone knows different. I don't think anything big popped off. But there's been panels on. Not, not so. I'm not going to drop any names, man. You know, there's other panels
Right.
on now at the moment. I think there's two others. There's,
Yeah. Well, I know Nanya's live,
yeah,
but I just wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
get the
yeah,
word out there, which I really like her channel, and that's probably
yeah.
if I go
I was
anywhere,
there.
that's where I'll go, right?
Yeah, I was
Um,
there.
and
That's why I'm everywhere.
yeah,
I was there. I was listening to chat, man. I don't be up on every panel. I'm not. I just thought I'd say hello to you. No one else jumps up. You know what I'm saying? Why don't people jump up?
you know what? Like I would rather most of the time I would rather just bullshit with my chat. And if people want to
Yeah,
come up,
yeah.
fine.
It
But
depends. Yeah, it depends on how you're feeling.
see, the thing is though, there's a lot of regular panel people that I just don't allow up here. So I do have a harder time
I
making panels
understand.
because there's a lot of them I
Oh,
just don't allow up here
they
because
just don't
fuck them.
stop
That's
talking.
why. Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me up, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, man. You're welcome to come up here.
Thank you.
So, like, how long have you been like watching the panel shit?
Watching your panel?
Any of them, just in general, not necessarily mine, but
She's a year, but I've been in the community for years.
hmm
You know, the Fred community, Fred catching, whatever you want to call it. I'm in the community for years, but
yeah,
I've only been on panels about not a year. Jesus, 6 months.
I
Give
got
it
you.
6 months. Yeah, yeah.
My advice is to run
Are you sure? Why, man? Why would you say that to me? It just
because we
gets
are
worse.
toxic.
So how? It's not that bad, man, is it? Come on.
Oh, maybe you haven't seen the right panels then, but I'm just
It's
saying, man.
okay. I did. I
You
seen a
seem like
few crazy.
a pretty informed guy, but just be
Yeah,
careful out
I
there.
know, man. I've been, I've been up there with the best of them. Looking, you know who I'm talking about, man. I'm not going to drop no names. The top
Yeah.
people, and I've seen the true colors of some people that I've never thought would talk
We
the way
don't
they talk.
we don't we don't have any real ones here. We have people get up, say, "Oh, I'm a real one," but we don't have any real ones on these fucking panels, man. The real ones are
I don't
down
think
doing
so.
work somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, they're the real the
What's
decoys and stuff. Yeah, I understand. We're just, but look, we bring awareness as well. You know,
Oh yeah, and that's the
we sh-
thing. Like people don't think I do anything, but I do a lot of shit. I just never talk about, and I don't do it while I'm live. So people like I work with a couple of groups that don't put their shit on YouTube because they don't
oh,
want anything to do with the drama. But we
you
are,
know what?
as far as letting people know what these guys are, we are just as effective because showing it
Yeah,
to a bunch of
that,
strangers, it's good for awareness and people need to see it. But
yeah.
what really counts is making sure the people that know them, and we make sure everybody that we can find that knows them. Like these guys spent a lot of money on thumb drives, and that's actually where my cocaine stream money went was for that. Don't tell anybody I didn't really spend it on drugs, but
Oh, Jesus, I won't tell anybody. You already
So we
did.
make thumb drives and send them to people or take them to people
Yeah,
and make sure their
I
jobs know their wives.
understand.
Their
Very good. Good, good.
and, and
You have
everything
to
does
make
get
it,
turned
man.
into the police. So,
Yeah. Good, very good,
but
man.
anyway, what Veronica said something I wanted to read. FM
Um,
had a stream going and got porn bombed. Oh shit! Yeah,
oh,
that's
yeah,
happened to me a few times. Yeah,
yeah.
you do got
I
to shut them
forgot to.
down quick.
That's what happened. Yeah, he was pissed off. I thought he was. That's one thing you
Yeah.
were. I forgot to tell you. A few things did go down. Um, but they weren't. We're not big, in the community. I don't know. People probably have more uh, knowledge than I have. Irish meme. Hello, Irish meme.
What's up, Telly?
Hello,
What's up, Sebby?
Savvy
What's up, Michael Beverly?
Bill.
I'm sorry
Do you
if I
know
missed
Bill?
anybody.
Do you know Bill? Oh, jeez, I better not say anymore. The other Bill.
Oh, patriotic. I want you to porn bond me as long as they're your feet pics. I don't care.
Oh, no, I don't want no porn. I don't need none of that crap.
Yeah, I don't really watch
I'm
porn
not into.
either.
I'm
Like if
too old
somebody,
for that shit.
yeah. Like once I found
But
out how that industry really works, I kind of didn't
once
want
it's a
anything to do with
porn,
it anymore.
yeah. But once it's a porn, porn um of the girl who dropped the link, porn bomb. Who said that? Bill.
Hey,
Oh,
Sam,
oh,
I just saw your text, and if you're listening to
patriotic said
this,
it.
the answer is yes.
You can porn bomb me, patriotic. No problem.
Okay. Oh, and Irish meme, I got your message too. Cool.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that
I
was on earlier. There's one thing for you. That was cooking live. Cooking I don't know what he
oh
was
yeah.
cooking, but yeah, he was cooking something. Yeah, not Jay. What's the yeah, Jay, is it? No. What's his name? The blondie haired dude.
Um
Probably
yeah,
has that.
Josh.
Oh, Josh, sorry. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
cooking. But he
He
was in
was
good form.
cocking.
Cooking. Cooking food.
Hey,
He was
can you say something for me? Say they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
no, I'm not gonna
Come
say
on,
that.
man.
No.
Come on.
Okay.
Come
Okay,
on.
okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me get me best American accent here. Okay.
No, you don't
My
need an
okay.
American accent for
Okay,
that.
okay. What do I have to say again? Say it one more time so I can get it correct.
They're always
Lucky
after me,
Charm.
Lucky Charms. Yeah,
You're always after me, Lucky Charms.
that was pretty good. You almost sounded like an Irish guy.
I'm from County Belfast. I'm no Irish. I can't stand the Irish. That's a northern accent for you. I can do the northern accent, Northern Ireland. I have a few accents. I can do German. Do you know German?
I know a
You
little
don't.
bit of German.
Yeah.
My ex spoke fluent German, so I learned a little bit from her. I
Oh,
mean,
good.
she's not from Germany. She just learned how to speak it.
In school, like school, probably or college or whatever. I don't know
Um,
what.
well,
I learned
she did go to college for education, but I'm not sure
not
exactly when she
German.
learned it.
Okay, okay. She's probably done it for a GCSE. You know, subject. Language, you have to pick a language, don't you, in America?
Yeah, I picked
No.
English.
Did you? You picked English and you speak English. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was really good at it. I took Spanish in high school, but I paid no attention in high school, so I didn't really learn anything. But
Oh,
later on, because of a job I had, I learned a little bit of Spanish, but I'm not fluent by any means, and I've forgotten most of what I know.
yeah, yeah. It tends to happen over age, man. You start to forget stuff. But I had a teacher that was so fine. I kept on getting F's. But all he could do was look at that ass. You know what I'm saying? She was my
Right.
Irish teacher. My Irish. I speak Irish as well.
Hey, I got to take care of something real
Gaelic.
quick, but
Yeah,
if
man,
I
go
kick
ahead.
myself
Sorry.
off, I'll come. If I kick
I'm so,
myself off, I'll come right back. So don't go anywhere.
I'll keep the place entertained.
All right,
As
there's a
soon
shotgun
as
right inside the door.
boom. Oh man, you are funny. Here we go. Mr. Plum in the house. Irish meme schnitzel. Be careful, Bill. Okay. Bill is okay. He is careful. Do you want me to say it again? Where's my lucky charms at the end of the rainbow? Well, that's a bit too fucked up. I did find the end of a rainbow one time, believe it or not. And there's nothing there. But I got a lovely photograph. There's nothing to do. It's bullshit. There's no leprechaun. There's no gold. There's no nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing at the end of my rainbow either.
So,
Today was the anniversary of when I was a young man. I was kind of dating a girl off and on, and like I didn't realize it halfway through the day. But today was the anniversary of the day that she uh, ended her. She's no longer on this planet at 20
okay,
years
I
old.
understand. Oh no, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, we weren't actually. I mean, like we had just broken up,
Yeah, but you
but it
loved
was
her.
all friendly, you know. It was just like we just don't match. But she was a wonderful person.
Yeah, it's sad,
Um,
isn't it, man? It's like God takes the best people. Why does He do that to us? He takes
I
all the
don't
best
know.
people from us, man. My father died years ago. Well, I don't want to get too of cancer, and Jesus, like that's hurt. I still feel that. I never got to know my father.
Yeah, I mean, I've uh, questioned my like why. See, the
Is
thing is, like she did it to herself.
I understand
Um,
what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I,
so
man, I never thought about it. I've never thought about doing anything like that. Have you? Honest?
yeah,
No?
oh yeah,
Okay, you're going to be honest. And thanks for that. Look, I mean, I think I lie. I did. I do. I do. I used to. I used to say, what's the fucking point? These were in dark days. When you have dark days, everybody has them. Everybody has dark days.
yeah,
And you just go, what the fuck is the point anymore? And you just want to, that's the end of. But is there a heaven? Is there a hell? So I don't know, but I can't do that because I have a son, of an elderly son, so I'm not going to do it. I wouldn't be selfish like that. You know,
yeah,
no, not with kids.
yeah. I've got kids too, man. Mine are grown up, you know, but
So am I.
And
But I
anyway, I
still,
gotta stop thinking. I gotta stop thinking. Even though I brought it up, I'm sorry. I gotta stop thinking about it because every time I think about
yeah,
it, I get
man,
really
yeah.
upset.
I totally understand. And
But I
just,
just this. I have another piece of breaking news.
yep,
I guess we have a special guest coming up here any minute. I don't know exactly when, but um,
David's empty bottle. Ah, who makes up these names?
David.
FM, sir. FM, my special
Oh,
guest.
and
Your
it
special
don't ta
guest.
it
Ugh.
don't take them long either, man. Like you know, Bill's cocaine stash. I said one time, I said, hey, can we get a Bill's cocaine stash account? And like five of them popped up in like 10 seconds, and one of them's still around.
So sad.
Yeah,
But here, is it nice? I bet you get some nice stuff. Yeah.
it sounds like your bottle is lonely, David.
My, my bottle is empty, so I can't get no more drunk. I'm just gonna get sober. And you're not gonna like me sober. I'm gonna be fucking angry.
Yeah,
Oh, here. What?
let's not
I
do
know.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cursing. Did I curse?
No, you're
No.
fine. You can curse on here all the fuck you want, man. I don't
Did you
care about
tell
that.
me not to
I
do
just
that?
don't like angry people.
Oh no, I'm not
Though it
gonna.
happens a
No, no,
lot.
man. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm never
All right,
angry.
man. Cool.
It's a
All right.
joke. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry about that. I
You're
sorry I came
fine. You're
across.
fine, dude.
I came
No,
across
no, you're
wrong.
fine, dude.
Okay.
It's cool, man. Maybe I just took it wrong, so.
Yeah. Well, you'll get to know. You will get to know my lingo.
Is it
No
true that
chomo.
Kev no Chomo, from what I understand, yes, but
CCC kids
I
live with.
I can't verify that, but I've been told by credible sources that that is true.
Oh my God! A
But
documented.
I've got no way of verifying it. I mean, I have a name and stuff, but
Well, then you can
um,
verify it yourself. But if you have a name, David's empty bottle. No sober David. Sober David kicks us around. Someone please get him a bottle, please. Here, man, I have a bottle. It's a joke. I always have a bottle. Thank you, David. Jesus, man. All caps as well, Bill.
uh, what did I miss? Oh, silver
Give
someone
David a
kicks around.
bottle.
Someone, please get him a bottle, please. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
it's a good one. It's a good one. I know. That's what
We got some witty
FM.
people in here.
You got FM in here.
Yeah, you have police
Uh,
reports. I've seen things, no chomo, but I can't give you a definite answer. Like I've seen a criminal record and stuff, but what's up, Joe Mers? What's up? Can't remember if I said hello to you, Telly, but hello. Glad to see you here.
Sabi, my guy. I got
Yeah.
you under my skin. Sabi.
Oh, is
I
Pat? I
like
didn't see
Sabi.
Pat Con in
Sabi
here.
is cute. Sorry?
I was just saying that I saw somebody say something to Pat Con, but I didn't see Pat Con in here.
I'm looking myself, man. Bill, sorry, I don't mean to call you man. Bill, Joe
You're fine, dude.
Perez.
I call people man all the time, man. It's cool.
Okay.
You're gonna find that it's real hard to offend me with words. You know.
You ball bag.
We definitely need a ball gag.
No, bag. Ball bag. Sack. A sack. A ball
You
sack.
may as well just say big hairy cock, man. Just go for it.
Oh, you're funny. You are funny, my guy. Jesus. Oh, what we got? We have Joe
Uh,
Morez.
yes, Telly Sam has indeed been found alive, and we are keeping his whereabouts um, with great discretion. Only certain,
Sam.
handpicked people are allowed to know where Sam's at.
Who's Sam? By the way, if you don't mind me asking, if you don't have to tell me. Someone was missing and they were found. A child.
All right,
Bill.
no Chomo, thanks for stopping by then.
Okay.
Irish meme, are you sure you know where Sam is?
Where
Because
is
we keep
Sam?
moving his location for his own safety. We keep
Oh,
changing his location.
okay. So someone was found that was missing, Bill.
Yes.
You good. Okay. I'm happy that they were found.
He was never really missing. We were just keeping him hid for his own safety.
Oh, okay. Okay, I won't ask anymore. I know you can't really probably. I don't-
Yeah, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Yes. Yes. Say that again,
I said I could
Bill.
tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Yeah. 007 only says that. I'd have to tell you, but I'd have to kill you. Yeah.
Well,
CIA.
Sam is a high priority client.
Oh, got you. I got you. Client. Okay.
It is what no Chomo was saying true. To the best of my knowledge, JFK. Yeah, yes, it is. Um, like I
JFK.
have a name and I have their records and stuff, but like I don't like I couldn't really prove that if I had to. But dude, I've got so much shit on all that I never presented.
And you don't have to unless you need to. You hold on to all that stuff in your back pocket. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean by that? You keep on. You gather as much information as you can. So if someone comes at you sideways, you have.
He's already coming at me sideways.
Who is
I don't want to go
me?
back through all that, but
Okay, okay, I
I don't
understand
I
you
don't want
don't.
to
Okay,
rehash all that right now. But
okay, okay. You're getting come at sideways. Gotcha. Skeletons. He could be throwing stones. I don't know. Yes.
yeah, he's running around playing the victim, saying that I said shit that I never fucking said. So
The meme. The Irish meme.
no, Kevin. Irish meme is cool.
Is Irish meme okay? Yeah, I remember. I know the name. I know the name. I no, I actually do. I seen Irish meme. I think here. Yeah, this is the fourth place I seen Irish meme. Or it's probably just made up shit name, is it? Or is Irish meme around a while, Bill?
Irish memes. Well, that name's fairly new, but Irish memes that person's been around a long time, and
Yeah,
that's all
I
I want to say.
understand.
Because I
I
don't want to give out
understand.
any
Yeah,
clues, but
I understand. You don't have to. Don't. But I did. I did see Irish meme. I knew it. I seen it before. The name
but yeah, that individual is a real one actually.
is a real good guy. Okay, hope so. You know. No Chomo was it. Oh, I'm not even gonna say that. I don't even read
Oh,
that.
the more you know. I didn't get that information from Ed.
I don't even want to read that message.
Yeah, I'm really not trying to go there tonight, but
Like tomorrow. What? I don't get that. The more you
now,
know.
the more you know, I have known about this for quite a while. Like I have the name and I have the record. I just um, I wouldn't be able to prove that his kid actually lives there, but I do have it on somebody close to that situation. I just yeah, there's a lot more.
The more you know. You dumb as fuck for believe a troll account that was made 24 hours ago. You're fake as fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, that's not new information.
Fuck out of here. Hey, listen. I've nothing against you. The more you know. Jenny in the block. No chomo. I thought FM was out of the drama.
Hey, what's up, Jenny T?
This is no drama. This is no drama. We're just chatting. Like a phone call. Jesus. Yeah, it'll support someone being investigated for CP. Who's being investigated for CP? Tell me.
There, anybody can flag a tip, right? But like if I
Fuck
saw any
yeah.
actual proof that anybody was involved in CP, I will throw them off of this
CP.
ship. I don't give a fuck who they are.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But there is
Oh,
proof of the shit that I've said about Kevin. And a lot of the shit that he's going
yeah.
around telling people that he's saying that I said. Like I never said he raped anybody. I never said he was in prison. I never said that. He's making that shit up to play the victim for y'all.
Oh, remember. I've total recall. Yeah, I heard that. What's that about then?
Yeah, this was supposed to be about PP Mass getting nuked again after
Yeah,
they
PP
had the
must.
new account up for 6 fucking hours and it was gone. That's what this
It
is
was
really supposed to
gone.
be
Yeah,
about. But
yeah. Season
the
one.
drama always creeps in.
Oh, excuse me. It's a new day, FM. This is the real FM in here. New York creep spotlight.
Okay, the more you know, I know that, but there are no charges after 3 fucking years, and they
Goody
usually
FM.
there are no charges. Did you
You
know
make
that
me laugh.
I call it Nick Nack, even though I know it's not the real name of it. Did you know that like 60 some, or I'm sorry, 40 some% of their alerts turn out to be false alarms? Just putting that out there.
47% of police calls. False.
It's a 40 something. Yeah, I can't remember
Jesus,
the things now, but
that's terrible. I didn't know
tell me
that.
this though, like they can tell right now, like if you go against what they say about COVID, they will take your Facebook down right now. But so much
Oh
fucking
my
CP
god.
just fucking flows through, and they can't they don't catch very much of it. It's weird to me.
You could have warned me,
And
Bill. You could
all
have
hell is
warned me.
about to break loose, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you Sam.
Watch those numbers rise very quickly, Bill. I love to give your channel ratings. Good.
I appreciate it.
Top
You're
of the
so
morning. How are
important.
you, David?
How are you, man? How are you?
What time is it in Dublin City, Ireland?
It's 5:10 a.m.
5:10 a.m.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
seem
yeah,
to be
man.
on our schedule and your schedule all at once.
I try to. I have different hours. Look. I fell asleep. I fell asleep in a chair downstairs for about 4 hours, so I had some sleep. That's probably why I can talk a bit. more clear.
Do you work? Do you work? Do you
Yeah,
work?
a carpenter. I'm a chippy.
What is
I'm a
it?
carpenter.
A carpenter. Oh,
Yeah,
for your
chippy.
what kind of stuff do you do? Make.
Fourth fix, second fix, roofing, um, whatever. Anything got to do with wood is good.
This is our second carpenter in this community, right? Vic is a carpenter as well, Bill, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got several guys into that kind of trade. I used to do that kind of thing, but yeah. Um, I would hire
Guys,
David to build my woods, but he's too far away.
yeah, I know. I'll jump in my boat and start rowing. I'll be there tomorrow early. Well, no, actually, I'll be there in 2 days. Sorry, if I start rowing now, I might get there in 2 days.
How long have you been coming up on panels for? Is this new for you?
Let me think. 6 months, I think. 7 months. I'd hazard a guess. 7 months.
Have you been watching the community longer than
Oh,
that?
the community years. I started off.
Michael.
I started off with Pop Squad. Remember Pop Squad?
Yes.
That's where I started. Even before
Michael
that.
Beverly says this guy argues with Envy Cap. I recognize the voice. Everybody argues with Envy Cap. That doesn't narrow down much, man. Sorry.
I don't usually argue with him. I troll him because he is more deserving to be trolled. There's no really arguing with Envy Cap. It's more of a
No.
I thought NV Cap was good people.
Envy Cap might be I don't know if he's more than
that motherfucker has lied about me as much as anybody else around here. So
okay, I won't go there anymore. I'm not going to say no names.
I did at one time, David, think he was a good person too.
That wasn't me clapping.
I thought he was a good person too. But opinions change.
Yeah.
Opinions change about people based on their conduct and based on their actions and their words.
DC unit is modding. What did you say? Sorry, for cutting across you.
What?
What did they say there? DC units. Updates and modding. That's what he's talking about. CC units. There's a Premiere or Live. I don't know. One or the other.
So
about modding.
We had
something.
We got to turn in. I've been the last week or so. I've been working with the law enforcement to receive the remaining files and evidence that was required. It's certainly not easy working with law enforcement.
I can only imagine. I can imagine the amount of paperwork.
Well, they're kind of humiliating. They humiliate you. They treated me as a. I had a concealed carry permit and in my car, and that was mainly what they were concerned about. That I had to get out of my car. They had to take the weapon out.
Sorry, man.
I told them that I had it. I told the dispatch that I had it, and they
probably had you on the ground. Got on the ground, and then they got her going.
It was a
and let you back up.
She was like 5'2", 5'3", female officer. She was nice, but she really was more concerned about but nowadays I was coming there to report a crime and deliver evidence, and she was
went sideways. Yeah, I hear you.
Dave, let him talk, man.
Sorry.
You're all right. Just let him talk.
Yeah.
Sam, did she pat you down?
I think she wanted to, but
you should have demanded it.
She was eyeing me. She was eyeing me for a pat down, but I was confusing her with my storyline on the catch in this area. She was confused by it. But and then another officer arrived, and there's sort of a jurisdictional question on who will receive this evidence. So this particular case was one where the predator was confronted at a neutral location. It was the McDonald's confrontation, and he didn't actually travel to McDonald's to meet with a minor. He traveled to McDonald's to have a conversation with adults about his conversations with a minor. So there was no real crime in this one jurisdiction. And then there's a question about jurisdictional authority. So that is something that I'm working with the decoys and the other members of the catching group and the sheriff's office to figure out who is going to take up the case. But one of the two will take it up. It's just a matter of they need to prove where he was communicating from, and that we know where he lived because we were at his house. So we know that jurisdiction. So if they can prove that he was on that device in his home, then it will be something for the other department. But it's not, I see just this short time, I've always said that everybody in this community should go on one or two catches, and you shouldn't just go on the catch. You should follow that catch from start to finish, what the catchers have to do to complete the catch and to complete the prosecution. It's not, I've critiqued Tommy and his deliverance of the evidence, but and getting everything that they need. And it's like, they need everything. And sometimes they ask for things that they shouldn't need. But it seems like they don't do that even to themselves, but they'll do it to a non-law enforcement citizen complainant. And then the treatment is really, they treat you like, I was told to stop doing this. Basically that it's super dangerous. And generally the thing, and actually in one of the departments, it was like the night before there was another catching team that does this work, I guess. And in this area, and I'm not sure if they're on YouTube or not, but it was like they had the same situation where they were told that they shouldn't. He had the same situation the night before. So there's definitely, even when we don't see a lot of the public, the ones that are known on YouTube, there's a lot of people out there doing this night in and night out, and interacting with law enforcement and setting up decoy accounts, which is a good thing, because
it's a good thing. Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm sorry. If there is, that's a good thing. And sometimes you don't record it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think, and so I think that as soon as the detectives come back with their list of questions and concerns, I know that Drone Racer is trying to elicit a response from me. We will cooperate, and with the questions that are asked of us as witnesses and the decoys, the questions will be answered. They're asked and answered. The initial receipt of this information was not specific enough or detailed enough. They didn't want specifics and details. They wanted the evidence, witnesses and who was there. What did we see? That is really like the part 75. We're just at part 1. So, we will be open and honest and answer questions as they are asked of us, each of us. I disagree, Drone Racer, with what you're saying 100%, but you're entitled to your opinion and I'm entitled to mine. So it's been
Drone Racer seems to be either uninformed or ill-informed a lot of the time. So. And Andrea D, I did see your comment, sweetheart, and we will talk about that here in a little bit, maybe.
So yeah, it was. We've completed sort of the initial process of getting these into the spaces and places and that need for an evaluation. I was told that Florida courts don't accept them. I don't know. I didn't understand that, but I was told that I asked that where is it in the state law that prevents private citizens from doing this? And one of the officers couldn't tell me, but he said that essentially they can't prosecute these cases if it's done by a private citizen. That's what one of the police officers told me, actually two. And so, not being an ass, I asked, if he could point to me where in the law it prevents a private citizen from serving as the decoy. And he couldn't, and he wouldn't. But we'll see how these cases progress. Have a good night, Daps Diary. Hope you're well, sir. Take care. But yeah, it was it's not fun because you're humiliated. In one case, I waited 2 hours. Another case, I waited 3 hours.
That's terrible.
And apparently they could have taken it at the headquarters, and the lady sent me the dispatch for non-emergency. Waited 2 hours, was told to go somewhere else. Waited another hour, half an hour in that location. Then I waited 2 other hours the next day. And then in some cases, we had the detective's information. I do want to deliver some great news for the one case in which we did call law enforcement. That I spoke with that detective who arrived on scene within 20 minutes. They did obtain a search warrant of the device. They are scanning the device, and he suspects that it will produce enough for criminal charges related to CP.
CP.
So, yeah. So that's
nice. So it doesn't take 3 years to scan a device?
It does not take 3 years. And in fact, I asked him that very question.
Yeah.
I did ask him that question, Bill. I asked him that very question because of the latest and greatest news of the community. How long typically does it take? He said, well, initially we can scan the device on scene. Once I receive a search warrant, I can then process it. And generally it takes anywhere from 1 week to 3 weeks. So to produce anything that would be considered illegal. So on a different note, we kind of have a different time. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Texas is a little slower. They do things in a little bit slower mannerisms over there in Texas. But here in Florida, the Florida detectives seem to move the process along pretty quickly. So the detective I spoke with on the phone earlier, it's either they find what they're looking for at the initial site, or they confiscate the device and receive a search warrant and then scan it. And generally the results take 1 to 3 weeks. And
how could they scan a
actually
device?
telling me the company that that most law enforcement use for this type of thing, which is kind of a cool.
They can scan a device on the side of a road. Sorry for interrupting. Can they scan a device there and then if you were stopped? If you were stopped on the side of the road, can they scan a device and see what's on it?
Yes,
See what
they can. They can scan. So the way he was explaining to me that typically if they have, this detective was telling me that if they have a search warrant and they go into a home for that, it's not like what happened to us in which we called the police to the scene. He didn't have his team in place to do it, but they have a forensic, detectives that work forensics and digital forensics that bring a computer with them, and they bring hardware at the location of the home or business or wherever they're suspected, and they make an initial scan of the devices, any of the devices that are in the search warrant. And at that time, it determines whether someone would be arrested on site or there will be a further analysis of the devices, which, according to him, for phones takes 1 to 3 weeks. He did say that if it's an iPhone and it's a certain iPhone software, that it might take a little bit longer than 1 to 3 weeks. He put it up for like 6 weeks. But anyway, he was very informative on the process. But the good news in that case, and that was that's Sabrina's catch, and that was the trailer park pred. And so
Trailer Park Bread. I'll have to check that one out.
Yes, this is a safe place from Jeff. He's not allowed here. Never has been.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Sure.
so I was a catcher for 6 catches. I was a part of a team. When you go out,
Oh,
when you go out and you participate in making sure that there's photograph and video and audio, and you make sure that the scene is secure, and you look for anyone coming out to try to hurt anybody.
I understand. Yeah.
When you get to help the questioner and interrogator, I do think it goes a lot goes into this catching, and to denigrate the work of a group of people that do it together. I
It's not
consider
good.
Alex's, Pablo, I think is his name, right, Bill?
Mhm.
Pablo.
Yeah.
Pablo's a catcher, and anyone that shows up with a catcher that does the interviewing, that helps the catcher question and do logistics, is very much a catcher. So I was happy to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
I was happy to be a catcher for a couple days.
I'd say it's a lot of work. Oh my God! Like, I know what you're saying. And it must be expensive. You must. I would have to get counselling if I was a bloody decoy. I don't think I could be a decoy. Well, I could, but I'd end up killing them. I'd end up going and killing them myself.
Right. I understand. I think that a lot of people have
Can
that.
you understand that?
Well, I think that a
Okay.
lot of people react in a very,
Bad way. Yeah, I could
and
only
it's just in a
imagine.
very emotional and natural way, right? But
You're gonna need therapy. You need therapy after something like that. Oh my God, you couldn't listen to all that filth all the time. So would you not need therapy? You think so?
are you the catchers themselves that
Decoys,
do this? The decoys. Oh, the decoys for sure.
decoys,
The
man.
decoys.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Well, I think
I'm
the
trying.
catchers that do this on a regular basis need therapy as well.
Yeah, as well.
I've
Probably. Yeah.
done a
Yeah.
fair amount of decoying, and I tell you what, it does fuck with your head. I handled it better than I thought. My decoy trained me, and this was back in the early days of AZ. And she kept asking, "Do you want to be a decoy? Do you want to be?" And I was like, "No," but I was helping them do a lot of other things, like on Kick, you can only make 5 Kick accounts on one device. So I was using my device to make new accounts and handing them off to them, and I was putting things together like that. And she would send me the stuff, and and say, "Okay, but use this name, use this one picture, blah blah blah." Then one day she's like, "All right, you pick a name," and she sent me a shitload of pictures, and everything was different than what she'd had me doing before. So I knew something was up. So I got it all put together. I'm like, "Okay, here's the email address, here's the password," and she's like, "Nope, you're a decoy now." Oh fuck! So I tried it.
You should have said no.
I admit I threw my
Hello,
phone across
Sammy.
the room a couple of times and got upset a few times, but I handled it better than I thought I would.
But did you need therapy? Did you have to go for therapy?
No, I was already crazy.
Okay.
So
Well,
I wanted to pop on and talk about. I hear there's
sorry.
a bidding process going on for your channel, Bill, and in the interest of doing everything open and open and in front of the public, I'd like to throw my hat into the ring.
All right. What would be your intention? I'm not really trying to get money. That's not to say that if somebody offered me a crazy amount, that doesn't mean I would take it. It'd have to be a lot though. But
After all
I'm not really. I'm not.
all I've paid you over these months, you'd still milk me for more.
Yep.
And I know little fucker eats well, but I didn't know the little fucker had to eat that well.
At least he's honest.
Little
He's
fucker is
honest.
actually starting to put some weight on.
Well, I think the first thing that I'd like to get my head around, Bill, is like what when you talk about your channel and where it goes, are you suggesting that, I mean, you're going to take a leave of absence, you're going to do less panels? I mean, what, I wouldn't want to participate in being involved in sort of anything like taking over, doing stuff on your channel if that means that you're not going to be here at all.
Well, the thing is, once I give control of my account to somebody else, then like I won't be. I'll have to start. I would have to start like a whole other YouTube account to even watch it. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean, you have control, but you can still stream from your initial, right? I mean, you're the brand for this channel, right?
Yeah.
So
that's it.
I wouldn't want to do anything and partner with you in any way, unless I knew that you would be either a regular participant in the content that I was pushing out, or that you were doing your own panel still, because just because there's a different account owner doesn't mean that you don't have access to going live on it, Bill. Right?
Well, here's the deal. I see a lot of people, and not necessarily just with the pred catching community. I would prefer this go to somebody from here who I can verify or who I already know or whatever. But here's the like I had like way more watch hours than I needed within like 2 months, and I wasn't even going live that much then. Like I never thought I would even come close to 1,000 subs, but like it's kind of getting there. And what I would like this, to me, this channel is pretty useless. I know a lot of people like to listen to me babble or whatever, but
why would you say
I just see a lot of people that are trying to do better things than I'm doing, and they're really struggling. Whereas I feel like I got everything pretty easy. You know what I mean? And I do need to get the fuck out of this because I don't enjoy it anymore.
You want to unplug? Is that what you want, man? Just be honest.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, it gets too much. It does get too much. So unplug.
Well, I would say so. My plans, and I've stated this sort of from the moment I became visible, is that I am wanting to and have put in the groundwork for
thank you, Bust.
the Survivors Network, which I want to have a dedicated podcast and video and premieres on scene, interviewing folks that were hurt when they were kids and they're now adults, and going in and maybe speaking with people from various organizations about recovering from sexual abuse.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, Bill, that you brought that up. If we could maybe integrate what I have in mind with your channel, and I am calling it the Survivors Network, and sort of partnering that angle, that I would push out regular podcasts with both survivors of sexual abuse and potentially academic professionals, law enforcement, detectives, prosecutors. I would probably try to interview folks in our community, this community, the predator catching community, as well as maybe understanding why these cases are difficult to prosecute sometimes, and then why sex abuse cases are difficult to prosecute. I've been open about my own journey, trying to get my case prosecuted, and it was difficult and humiliating, and it re-victimized me. And in the end, the prosecutor didn't take the case for prosecution because it happened a long time ago. I was young. There was no other witnesses. The perpetrator was, close to or of age, but she was in her late teens. I was abused by a woman, a
A
female. Yeah.
woman. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I'm just
No,
listening.
it
I'm
says
listening.
yeah, David. I'm
A
sorry. I've been
she. It's a
she.
woman.
It was a woman, and that is something
Oh,
that is also something that I've been active in putting a spotlight on. Is that we look at a lot of male offenders in this community. We catch a lot of male offenders, and there are a lot of male offenders. But there's the other world of female pedophiles and predators. I
Yeah.
wasn't hurt by a man. I was hurt by a woman, a female, and
And they seem to get off light.
they get off very light. I think there's this idea that the age of consent and that being consenting, it seems like for boys that have sex with adult females, the age of consent laws and the consenting to have sex is becomes almost like a laughing stock for society. That
yeah.
of course boys want and consent to having sex with an adult female, but the law is the law, and there's a reason why we don't bring children, whether it's a boy or a girl, into an
Yep.
adult world. We don't want them
Yep.
in an adult world. So,
It's,
and they shouldn't be one.
Well, like I've told you before about how I fucked my student teacher. Our age difference wasn't that much. I was 17 and she was, I think, 21. She was old enough to buy
oh, no
alcohol. She might have
way.
been 22, but um,
You done your teacher?
yeah,
Sorry, Bill.
student teacher.
Oh,
She was a student at the college and she was learning how to be a
oh
teacher.
yeah, man. Was it
Um,
in the school? Was it in school you did this?
no, not in the school. The most we did in the school was kiss. The sex
Oh
happened.
yeah.
I used
Wow.
to when I was in high school. I was already dating college girls, and I was dating a different girl. And I had this other girl and
Did
I
she good though?
had broken up. And I was walking down the hallway leaving, and I had my head down. I was, sad. And then I hear her voice. Like, I knew she went to school there. I just didn't know she only lived like 4 doors down from the girl I
Oh
was
my
dating.
God.
And I hear,
Yes.
"Hey, Bill, what's up?" So I turned. She's like, "Oh, what's wrong, honey?" And so I went in, and she was pretty drunk. I was sober, but
Oh.
she was started out consoling me, and then one thing led to another, and
Oh
we fucked
man.
for
Oh,
about 6 weeks. And
yeah.
I mean, like we fucked for 6 weeks straight. Never left the room for 6 weeks.
Oh
No, I'm kidding. But
man.
um, and
A
like
whole
it
apartment?
didn't
Was the whole your
it
whole
didn't
apartment? Sorry, Bill. Where did you fuck?
in her dorm room.
Oh.
Um, like it didn't
Are you
damage
okay,
me. I don't. I
David? Are
mean,
you okay? Are you okay over there, David?
Man, yeah, no, I'm listening. It sounds
Okay, all right.
Dave,
Well,
yes.
I can
David,
tell you're listening. You sound very intent on this one.
I tell
No,
you what.
it's interesting because I had a teacher, Miss O'Sullivan. Her name was Miss O'Sullivan. She was my geography teacher, and she wanted my ass. She wanted me, but I
David,
couldn't.
shut the fuck up, you sick fuck.
Right then, right, okay.
Well, hello, Dan.
Jesus Christ.
Dan, welcome,
Fuck.
Dan.
Well,
Goodbye. Dude.
that was brief, and I did not do that, by the way. No, that was all on him.
How did he get in? How did he get in here then?
No, I let him in. I'm just saying that
Oh.
he jumped off himself. I didn't kick him.
Hi, Christy.
Christy.
But yeah, it didn't damage me. I don't think. Who knows how different I could have been had that not
Wait a
happened,
minute.
right?
I mean,
But
the age, that sounds, you were 17, she was 21.
yeah, so the age difference wasn't that big a deal. I don't think it was
3
still
years.
illegal by the age. But what really made it illegal was her being in a position of authority. And of course, I was supposed to keep it secret, but when you're a 17-year-old horny guy, do you really think that you're not going to tell your best friends about it? I'm like, okay, I won't tell anybody. And the first thing I did was go and brag to my friends about it. And they're like, oh, you got
Yeah.
pictures? Which, unfortunately, I did not. But, and then word got around the school, and we got pretty lucky, or at least she got pretty lucky, because I don't know if I'd have been in trouble or not. But when I got confronted about it by the school, they came and got us at the same time. Like the vice principal came and got me, and the principal came and got her to make sure that we didn't have a chance to get our story straight. But she told them that it was a rumor because of how kids talk, and it wasn't true. And I told them the same story. It wasn't pre-planned. I told them that yes, I did tell my friends that, but it's not true because I didn't want to get her in trouble. So our stories matched, even though like they kind of knew it was bullshit. They couldn't prove it was bullshit. But she was taken out of her school and put in a different school immediately afterwards.
So did she lose her job, Bill?
No, it doesn't sound like it.
No,
She just
no, I just told you what
reassigned.
happened, man.
Just moved on.
She like the Catholic Church. They just moved her to a new school.
hmm
Catholic Church. You hit the nail on the head. That's what they do to the priests here.
Yeah, they
Chalmers.
they just I've never understood that, and I don't think that they've ever fully accounted for that. But
Yeah.
okay, you have predator and pedophile priests, and then you get knowledge of them. Not only do you not deliver that information to law enforcement, you do not defrock your priest, and in addition, you let someone devastate a community in one town, and then you pick that person up and send them to a different city in a different town at a different church, totally unknowing that he's going to set up shop. The community at large had no idea. I just really, 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 I don't want to say demonic, but almost demonic type activity. But anyway, I don't.
Nasty activity.
I don't have a high opinion of the Catholic Church, but it's in a lot of religious groups, the Presbyterian Church, the Methodist, the Baptist, all of these religious institutions. The Catholic Church gets the most. The Catholic Church gets the most attention, but it's in a lot of these other denominations. Same thing.
Catholic Church are a bunch. I won't look at. Look, it's all been swept under the carpet over here. There's an awful lot of stuff we don't know. Unlike in your country, of priests who have got away with Chalmers. The Chalmers, they got away with it. They're still alive. They're walking around.
Oh yeah.
I have a question. Why, David? Why do you all? I heard you earlier talking about beating. If someone's accused of something like this, you guys beat them with bats.
Yeah, but that's what happens. Yeah, it happens.
But why do you guys? It seems like Europe is relatively light when it comes to justice on prosecution and sending. I read stories of this person had 1 million illegal images, and he was getting 8 years in jail. And someone abused 50 children, and he'll be out in 5 years. Why don't you all seemingly have harsh punishment? Because it doesn't seem like the people. I mean, the people demand.
I can answer that question if you want.
Please do. I've not figured it out.
There's a few different answers to that question. Right. If you have money, you can get a solicitor, and he can get you years off your sentence. You understand what I'm saying? A good solicitor. If you have money,
we have that here.
Okay. Yep. You'd have that there. Let me think. Depends on the judge. It depends on the police officer. There's a lot of factors that come into play. And when they get locked up, they get off with good behaviour. So they only do half their time. If they get 10 years, they only do 5. Not even 5. Good behaviour. They always get out on good behaviour, these chomos. But here, we follow our chomos. We know where they are. It's a small country, Ireland. Think about the size. We're 16th of the USA in landmass. You know what I'm saying? Landmass. 16th of the population of Ireland. Can you hear? Oh my, can you hear me?
I heard you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
said
yeah.
you
yeah.
said 1/16,
Ireland is a
16th of a
small
population.
country, a very small country compared to USA. So we know we can follow people. Okay, we can we know where they go. We know if they go to the States, we know where they're going. People are people are tight. People Gardaí, right? You have the airports, people leaving, coming. It's all integrated. But we
David, I
don't
bet you're
talk.
sexy in a kilt.
We don't. Man, I never wore a kilt. But here, it's kept. I know what you're saying, man, about baseball bats and stuff. That's real offenders. That's people who just don't learn their fucking lesson. They end up getting a hiding. They end up getting hurt. You, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do it one time, you get 3 warnings.
All
That's
right,
good.
hold on. I gotta address something. Are people getting timed out and shit or what? I haven't been
I don't know what's going on.
watching the chat
I
and
don't think
on
anybody can understand me.
StreamYard you can't tell if somebody's getting timed out. I
Did
can
you
see somebody talking
understand that?
about flexing a wrench, but
Well, I don't
I
know
don't know what
why
it's about.
people. I would like to know what the. I haven't been, but FCC is not here, but he continues like. There's this looming controversy that FCC. There's an alt account scandal that involves FCC that he's got like 50 alt accounts out there. Bill, do you know any of that? If that's true or not?
I've heard
Bill.
that there's a
Hi,
scandal,
Bill.
but I hardly
Bill.
ever watch panels
I'm here to
anymore. So,
clarify.
hey, Sammy, what's up?
I'm here to
Okay.
clarify.
Tommy,
So you have
All
someone
right.
in your chat, and they're called No Chomo, and they're making comments
saw them.
about people that they don't need to be making. So yes, I'm timing them out.
Okay.
thank you, Sammy.
That's the only person that's got timed out. No one's been banned.
Okay.
So I just wanted to come up and make that clear, so I don't have to just keep typing in chat.
I would much rather you come up and make it clear because I fucking hate reading chat.
I know
to be
you
honest
never
with you,
pay
and
attention. You never pay.
I
I
miss
know, Bill.
things.
I know, Bill. I wanted to come up and make it clear so you knew I wasn't sabotaging your chat. You got someone who is coming in trolling and they're being a dick.
All right.
Hi, Sam.
Well,
Hi,
that's what wrenches are
Sammy
for.
Joe. How are you?
I am fucking fabulous. How are you?
I'm
Fucking
day by
fabulous.
day, Sammy Joe, day by day.
Hey, that's all we can do, right?
That's right. That's
Hey,
right.
Fabulous.
one day at a time. And hey, next time you smoke, inhale.
You're on to me. You're on. I can now run as Bill Clinton now, though, Sammy Joe. I
You
did
don't
not get
inhale.
on camera.
Hey, I'm just
Oh.
saying.
We
I
don't
caught a
seen you
inhale.
chomo, but
smoking.
I didn't inhale.
I seen you smoking. What was you really drinking?
That was legitimately that was Irish whiskey from Sam's Club mixed with Irish cream from Sam's Club.
Bailey's.
Man, you were drinking milk.
Oh, come on. At least give me that. At
You
least
had
did
some
you,
Kirkland milk.
did you hey, as
and couldn't even inhale.
As Bill how slurry I got near the end of that stream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the alcohol was real. I was trying to do that buddy thing where you're like, hey man, don't you think maybe you ought to go home because not trying to cut him off, but like trying to save him from himself. And
Well,
yeah, he was legitimately drunk.
I'm just giving you a little bit of shit, Sam, because I'm sure when you see me pop up, you're like, oh God. So I just had to give you a little bit of shit.
I do get a little bit unnerved when I see you flying up here. So I took a big sigh of relief when I heard you were up here about the chat issues. So that was, you gave me a little breather.
I can be nice sometimes, Sam.
I know you can. I've seen you nice.
But look, when I feel something and I'm passionate about it and I believe in it, you're going to hear me get loud. For one, because I'm supposed to wear hearing aids that I don't because they hurt. So I'm loud. I'm half, like I only have 50% hearing in both of my ears.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I feel something, you know, my voice elevates not only because I feel it passionately, but because I can't hear. I've been that way my whole life. I just recently in the last year got my hearing aids. So I'm still trying to adjust to, realizing that other people can hear me and I don't have to talk as loud. So
You
sometimes
should have.
I listen to a loud talker because I talk loud too, Sammy Joe. So you get my attention more than most because you're talking at a level that I talk at. So I appreciate your projection of your voice. It's
well, and you have to understand too, something else that I've come to realize, as we get older, I've been through a lot of shit that makes me a very defensive person. Okay. Very fucking defensive. I have been through hell and fucking back. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sammy,
I-
if you wear condoms over your ears, you won't get hearing aids.
Oh my God,
Whatever.
Bill, you're so stupid.
Oh man,
That was bad. That was bad.
You're so stupid.
can I keep that? I like that one. That's funny.
People can call me a crybaby. You can call me whatever you want. I'm going to stand
Oh,
up for what's right every chance I get.
Sammy, we love you, girl.
Just let me finish, please.
Sorry, love.
I had people that I talked to that I thought I could trust. I tried to be as transparent with people as I could fucking be. I bared everything about me in my chats when I do my lives and my panels. I trusted people and I was betrayed beyond belief. And all I was doing was trying to do good.
Oh,
And I don't care what anybody says. PHI is not Sammy Joe. It was something that I was proud of.
And you should be.
Something that I did as a woman by myself and pulled my daughter in and said, let's do it, me and you. And she was willing to do it because I wanted to, not because she gave a fuck about it. And we've been through fucking hell the whole time.
oh, I'm sorry.
And if anybody says different, you can kiss my ass. I
Who
was
is saying
genuine. I was
different?
genuine to people. I was nice to people. I bared my heart to people. And every single fucking one of them betrayed me beyond belief. So,
Why, Sammy? Why? Why did
because
that happen?
that's the grimy people that they are. That's who they
Why?
are. When someone shows you who they are, believe it the first time. And I did.
Oh,
But I got called crazy when I started speaking on it and telling my truth of what I knew. And here we are.
here we are now, yeah.
And Sam, look, I don't have anything personal against you. I don't. But the way you came in so hot, I was offended.
well, I can only at this time recognize some of the mistakes that I made and apologize for my actions.
I'm not asking for, honestly, and look, I don't want people constantly apologizing to me.
Well, no, it's not to you. I guess my apology would go out to the entire community that if if my actions were inappropriate and they were arrogant or they were.
Here's the thing. At one point, like you, if I remember right, literally said I was fucking crazy because I said we shouldn't be allowing people to just come in and be like, yep, I'm only doing it for the money. Then you come on another panel and you're like, damn, PHI, I see what you're saying now.
Well, again, I can't specifically recall a lot of things that have been said, but
I can tell you what it was around. Would you like me to tell you what it was around?
Sure. Yes.
The predator catchers that had someone decide to supposedly end his own life. Remember when you said,
oh, yes.
Yeah, and she spoke about catchers sitting up on panels that haven't even done a fucking catch yet, talking about, I need a GoPro, I need a laptop.
Oh, I agreed.
You remember now?
Yes, I agreed with you 100% that you had expressed concern that catchers with proven track records were being passed over for, and you had other catchers who had not caught anyone and they had already been built out with a whole infrastructure. And you put a lot of time and effort into catching and building out with no money. And so, you know, I think that in retrospect, you were more than deserving of a donation from me back in December. And I do think that some of the stuff that came up at that time that was attacking you played a role, but you certainly, at the time, were deserving of something to build out your work, because you have had a proven track record. So yes, and it did sort of click for me that you made a lot of sense in that you saw catchers or new people that were generating money, and people were being passed over who had a record of doing this, and you were one of them.
Christy, that was literally, and I said it was a fucking accident. Get over yourself. That's the first time I've said anything to you that was even slightly off key, because I don't speak to you. I don't hang out in your same chat rooms, girl. Get over yourself. Get the fuck over yourself. I don't give a fuck about your life, your work, your school. I don't give a fuck about none of that. My phone literally typed crusty. Cry about it when you made the joke of yourself, girl.
Oh, Christy.
And I don't,
Sorry,
you know, if I came across as, it was not my intention. It isn't my intention to be smug. It isn't my intention to be arrogant. It wasn't.
Hey, Sabby, go throw up, bitch. Go throw up. I'm sick of you two. Sorry, Bill.
No, I think
I'm tired of being quiet, Bill. When's the last time you sent me in your chat?
You're fine.
When's the last time you sent me in your chat?
Not nearly enough. I'd like to see you around more.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You got snakes in the fucking grass, and you know it.
I do know it.
Sabby and Christy down there laughing, haha, like shit's funny. Sabby, was it fucking funny when you tried to do that stream about FM, you fucking grimy bitch? I told you that day. Stop what the fuck you're doing. Say I didn't.
Well,
I don't watch a lot. I don't. You're fine. You like the stuff that I do know about. You have every right to be angry.
I was in Ryan's chat, and Chuckles came over there running her mouth, and I can't stand that girl. I tried to be nice to her. I tried to hit her up in DMs. I tried to be polite to her in her chats and shit. And no matter what I say to her, she's just a rude, inconsiderate bitch. So I told her, go play in traffic.
Yeah, she's not allowed on this channel either.
Traffic.
She said, "Oh, you tell me to go get hit by a car? No, I told you to go play in traffic." Then I asked her if she would like me to share her link for her nudes. Like, give it to me if you want to make some money, girl. That's what you do, ain't it? That was what I was saying in that chat. So then the No Chomo account was there, and they wanted to run their mouth, and they decided to come over here too. So that's who I was timing out. Like, I'm sick of this shit.
Okay.
You're angry. I
Uh,
know. You're angry. I can see it. I can hear it. You are pissed off.
That's right.
Sammy
Every
Joe,
You have every right to be pissed off.
Sammy Joe, where do we
everything
go
that
Hang,
from here as a community? Sammy Joe, where do we go from here?
Sam, you don't see this motherfucker burning to the ground?
the community or who?
What community? It's a village and it's on fire.
But where I'm asking you, where? Okay, out of the ashes, what rises? Anything?
Phoenix will rise from the ashes.
I mean, you got to get rid of the grimy bullshit first. You got to get rid of the grimy bullshit. People quit putting up with the shit in chats and talking dirty and grimy to people and out in their fucking personal life and their private business that is none of your fucking concern. You ain't feeding fucking or financing them. It's none of your business.
Oh.
If it ain't got something to do with what we are doing here, it's none of your fucking business.
Well,
Sammy, the stuff that I know about, you have every right to be angry, but I don't watch panels very much at all anymore, so I'm lost about some of the things that you're talking about.
Yeah, I am. I have to agree with Bill, but
I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention because guess what? I'm the one that everybody looks at and says, "Oh, well, she's supposed to be a catcher." Yeah, I was supposed to be till somebody tied a fucking rope around my leg and hooked me to the back of a truck and drug me down the street for nothing.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of
Andrea,
me
you want
falling
to talk
out with
about,
certain
I'm
people.
sorry, you want to talk about the comment that I made to Chuckles. Look, I get it, but guess what? She's in this community selling her fucking nudes. Make it make sense.
Well, her nude's not. Sorry, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her nude's not put on the internet.
What?
But her nudes what was I don't know who it is. Is it the nudes? Were they not leaked on the internet, or were they sold on the internet? That's the question I have. Can you understand me? Her nudes
I don't know.
photos.
I'm a little bit fucking heated right now. Like I'm
I
pissed.
understand.
I'm
She
over
sold
it.
her own nudes to somebody, and
She
they showed them
sold her
around.
own nudes. Thank you.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to know.
She went on
Okay.
Meow's panel. I was there. I watched it. She was on Meow's
Okay.
panel, and he's like, "How much? $100, if I remember correctly." She sent them to
Oh
him.
my God.
She sent them to him. I was there.
Okay.
So let's talk
I
about,
believe you.
oh, well, you're being mean to her in a community of survivors. She's coming in this community selling her fucking nudes.
Well, that's the wrong
And
way
then
to go
mad because
about
they get
things.
leaked. Then she's mad because they get leaked. Come on, make it make sense, people.
That's
Stop
that doesn't
making
make
yourself
sense.
the victim, girl. Stop.
Yeah, I've got no use for Chuckles. She's not allowed on this channel. My mods are always cleared hot. If she shows up here, my mods are cleared hot to take her out. And I do not ever let her on panel. I can't fucking stand her voice. I can't stand how she plays the victim. I can't stand how everything's about her.
Them motherfuckers were over there in that chat ready to chew me up and spit me out because I told her to go play in traffic. But yet Meow shares her nudes and he's sitting up on a fucking panel and everybody's like, "Hi, Meow." Get the fuck out of here with that double standard bullshit.
Yeah.
I match energy. I match energy, and I'm giving that bitch the same energy she's gave me all this time that I've had to keep my mouth shut as a catcher.
Okay. I hear you.
Well, I have a lot of respect for you, Sammy Joe. I think you've earned it. I think you've earned a lot of respect from people in this community.
I'm not even
And
trying to do that.
I
Look, I'm
know.
just trying to stand up
Mm,
for what's right. That's all. And somebody wants to
yeah.
call me crazy, then I'll be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. Standing up for what's right
100%.
around here will get you fucked over every time. Hello, Grandma.
It's
Congratulations
getting worse
on your grandbaby.
in the
Thank
community.
you. I can't wait. I'm excited.
How many is it how many weeks in
She
are
she is 16 weeks and it's a boy.
Oh boy.
you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank
Is
you.
this your
I know.
I think I don't know if I've heard before, but I believe is this your second? Or is this your first?
Actually, no, this will be one, two. This
Or
will be my fifth.
Your fifth.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that has to be very exciting. That's cool.
I
fifth.
had my
Is
I
it
had
Gabby's first?
yes.
Gabby's first, I mean. Are you
It's her
talking about
first.
Gabby?
Yes.
Gabby's. Yeah, okay, sorry. Oh,
I'm excited to be going through this with her.
yes. And
Absolutely.
I'm happy for you.
It's
I'm
the
happy for
one
you both.
thing. It's the one thing that makes it okay for me to say what I need to say right now and be okay with it, because I'm stopping what I'm doing for this baby that's coming because it's more
Yep.
important.
Absolutely.
Smash
Oh
like
yeah.
And never should
round.
this community interfere with the things that give us each joy in our own life. So I'm sure having a fifth
Congrats.
grandbaby is quite a joyful experience, Sammy Joe. So congratulations to you and Gabby.
Thank you.
And I wish nothing but a healthy baby boy be born in what I guess 6 weeks. So 4 months,
She
another 4 months, 5 months.
she is due in October on Friday the
October.
13th.
Oh, you. Do you know what? Sammy, I was born on Friday, like October the 13th.
Well, she is due on October 13th.
I was born on Friday, October the 13th, 1976.
I was
Docs.
born at a very early age. I barely
Believe
remember any
that?
of it.
Isn't that so strange?
Well, anyway, I just wanted to come up, Bill, and sort of to discuss my own goals for the future inside and outside the community with this Survivors Network. And since you were discussing your
I don't
channel,
believe
but I definitely don't want to lose you. I think that you become sort of a neutral. I think.
Can I? I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sam, you got people asking questions in the chat. Is it okay if I address a couple of them?
Yeah.
I've
Well,
been on a
talk to me.
chat list. I because the chat causes so much.
Crap.
It catches me off course because then what I wanted to talk about it. But if you would like to pick out a few questions, I will do the best I can to
Okay.
answer.
Well, let's do it this way, Sam. We kind of got sidetracked. Why don't we go ahead and answer a few questions from the chat or whatever you guys want to do,
Christy.
and then when that's done, I will clear everybody, and it'll just be you and me up here to finish our conversation, and I
That'd
won't
be
let anybody
awesome.
else
Okay,
up during that.
That'd be awesome, Bill.
I'm not starting a catching channel. Just to answer that question, I don't plan on becoming a catcher. I do have some ideas about catching in general, but I don't plan on having a catching channel or being a catcher. Aussie Pete, sorry, no one cares about you, Sam. If you don't care about me, Sam, I'm not going to cry at night that you don't care about me. I won't shed a tear. But go ahead, Sammy Joe. Sorry, I wanted to take care of those two.
So, and I asked this question. I kind of touched on it with Ray. I can't remember. It's been last night, like early this morning for me. Like, you know, there's going to be hard questions, and I don't know if you've gotten any.
Well, you've seen me over the last couple of weeks making.
Oh, Sam gets grilled a lot.
I got grilled and called a faggot about 10 times last week, but go ahead.
Okay.
I'll answer some hard questions.
Well, I'm not trying to do that to you. Okay. I'm not about that. I might pop off on you, but I'm not trying to call you stuff like that.
That's okay.
So, like, just to be all the way real, when you guys went on that trip and that video dropped, what were your thoughts? Like, your genuine thoughts in your brain. What did your brain say in that moment?
Well, everyone who was scheduled to come had either been at the airport or actually on a plane to get here. So when I wasn't made aware of the video until someone on the, someone informed me about an hour after the video came out, and I watched the video. I was, at the time it was shocking, right? And this was right when I was sort of getting checked in for the house that we had reserved. It was, I was making sure that we had access to a printer for the chat logs and some other stuff that needed to be planned out.
Okay. Past all that.
Yeah.
What, like, I don't care about all that.
Okay.
In your brain, from your heart, your genuine feelings and thoughts when you saw that. I don't want to know about the trip, the house, the chat logs.
Well, I mean, I was putting in context of when I first learned about the video and the information contained therein. I was shocked by it, right? I think it was a shocking video, and I think the information in the video was shocking.
Okay. What did you do, if I can ask that?
I made maybe a half a dozen phone calls. I wanted to, understand what, some of the people were on an aircraft and they had their phones off. So some of the, primary parties that would be able to talk were unavailable. But I had a series of phone calls to understand what the nature of the accusation was. Were there any criminal charges that had been filed in association with it? Was this something that had to do with a brother instead of?
So you started researching.
I immediately started researching. Yes.
Okay. So here's the question that I asked Ray.
I did say real quick, I will say that it is on me and it's my responsibility. The immediate thing was Edward himself had expressed concern about coming, and I told him to continue his journey. So don't get off and come. So that was not on Ray. That wasn't on Edward. That was on me. That was my decision. The reason why Edward was here in the first place was because I asked him to continue coming.
Andrea, I seen where you said that he's answered this before. I hadn't heard that answer, so I was just asking for myself because I didn't know. Okay, so the next question, the same thing that I asked Ray. So like, and I mean, okay, I hate to use this as an example, but Sabrina and Kenzie as decoys were called into court. So if all of you that were on that trip and those cases got turned in, correct?
That's correct. Yes, I've been working on that the last week, and we have all of the evidence has been submitted to the various agencies and detectives.
Okay,
Yes.
so do you think that there's ever a possibility that they're going to say everyone who was there has to come in? What do you think they're going to say if they see that attached to him?
Well, okay, I think that's a
Because it's
question.
there.
Let me walk through, and I'm not an attorney, so
I'm not either. I'm just asking your opinion. Just
uh,
in my opinion, I mean, how do you feel knowing that
okay.
that's there with
In
those cases now?
in my opinion, Edward was a ancillary observer witness. Edward did not confront or question the predator, and Edward did not decoy any of the decoys.
It doesn't matter. He was there.
Okay, so if you're suggesting that, I don't believe that it would affect a criminal proceeding like you are implying. That someone who was there who didn't touch any of the evidence or participate in any of the collection of that evidence, that just because he was standing there, much like, I mean, he would.
Can I
What
tell
if-
you
what
something?
if,
Why I say that? Can I tell you
Okay.
why I'm asking?
Sure.
Because I've been on catches where someone was just standing there and law enforcement wanted their name and their information. They are a witness.
Yeah.
And if they see your videos and they see him in everybody in whoever's in your videos, they're going to want to know who all of those people are. You don't think they might question that?
Well,
Yeah, but if it didn't participate in the decoying or
It
have
doesn't
anything to
matter.
do with any of the
It doesn't
devices,
matter. It doesn't matter. Look, when I went to Michigan and did that catch with Who's Your News Now, it was me, him, and Gabby. He decoyed him. I went to do the catch. Gabby did absolutely nothing other than stand there. They took her information. They wanted to know everyone's information that was there. That's how that works.
well, yeah, they have to when they make a police call. They have to.
Yeah.
You don't think that
I
they're going to
do.
look at those videos and want to know every single person that was there on those catches?
right, but
They
even
will.
if
They will, but if it comes down to it, if they had nothing to do with, other than being there, if they
They
had
are a
nothing to do
witness.
with any of the, well, yeah,
They're a witness.
they can be a witness, but if they had nothing to do with the actual
Okay.
catch,
So it doesn't
it's not.
matter. If they're a witness, that's credibility is in play.
well,
Can you
That's
not
that thing I
say
went back
starting
to. That's
I'm
that thing I
saying
went
nothing?
back to. That's that thing I went back to when my name was getting drug and people weren't understanding why I was so pissy about it, because that affects people's credibility.
Well, wait. What does
Okay.
Drone Racer believe I'm lying about exactly?
You-
I don't think I'm lying about anything, but
Drone Racer always says that. Drone Racer says I'm lying about shit that I'm not lying about.
Yes.
Drone Racer always says
Okay.
that shit.
I did say that
Okay.
Edward's participation in the trip was helping identify predators. I don't think that that's a large portion of the
Yes, it is.
the decoying.
Yes, it is.
Well, in that case,
His hands are
Sammy
in
Jo,
there. His hands are in there.
then every single case in which he's helped identify a predator then potentially is subject to review.
My Irish man.
That's your
I mean, you can't say on streams, oh, Edward does so much and he helps so much in the background and does this and does that, and then come on here and say, oh, he didn't do anything other than stand there.
Well, no, as it relates to the actual like who identified the predator is important, but I don't think it's something that's going to come up in a criminal trial. I don't think.
You don't think they might want to know where you got all your information from?
Well, I mean, we got it from Truth Finder, or we got it from Ben Verified, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God,
As long as the information is valid, I used to work in the. I mean, I wasn't a cop and I wasn't a prosecutor, but I used to work in the system. So, and I'm not an expert. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know a thing or two about how shit works.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I guess, Sammy Jo, you're just not happy with my. I don't feel that whatever is clouding Edward's legal situation would cloud or taint criminal proceedings. I don't think it's as serious
Okay.
as you're alluding to.
Okay.
That's
no,
all.
let me ask you this. Go pick up some stranger on the street, befriend him, then find out that he's got that same thing attached to him and take him on a catch with you. Are you going to feel the same? It's no fucking different.
If I found a stranger on a street and found that 4 years ago he was a suspect in a
No.
CP raid.
You need to pay attention.
Okay.
Did you read that document where it said that they have that there's stuff that hasn't been released? Did you read that? They won't release it because it's still an open investigation. Did you read that part?
I did. I received that part.
You received it. Did you read it?
It was one document. There was a paragraph explanation of the raid.
As to why there's only that document. It explains as to why you only see what you're seeing.
Because
do you know the guy from Subway? Do you know how long they investigated him before he got locked up? Google it.
Well, I mean, that was a very expansive probe, but they had charged.
Wait a minute. Is that not what NCMEC is? Is that not what that is? You're talking about, it said straight up, NCMEC said it takes 30 images to trigger a review. Did you not hear that part?
I didn't hear 30 images that it takes. I thought it was 1 to 30 images, but okay.
No, it's 30. It's 30.
Okay.
Go listen to the video again.
I didn't want to come up and
here's another thing. If you listen to it again, it's 80 million or whatever the fuck, and they get 6,000 to 8,000 a year. Is that what it said? Something like that? And he just happened to be one.
No, I said that NCMEC receives 30 million tips a year.
That was not a called in tip. Don't you think if that was somebody calling in saying, oh, he's got CP, that they would have got Tommy a long fucking time ago from people doing that?
Well, it was enough for them to investigate Tommy, I guess.
Where's the paperwork?
Tommy admitted to the investigation, I guess.
Where's the paperwork? Have you produced? I'm all about the receipts, Sam. Come on.
Well, I mean, we take Predator's confessions as facts. So Tommy confessed.
That's coming out of their mouth. Okay. But I'm asking you, have you seen the receipts for that? Is it on paper?
I haven't seen a paper that says that Tommy is a suspect. No. I only can go off
Okay, so
of his
then
word.
That's dead in the water, right? That's dead in the water. If it's not on paper, it's dead in the water.
Well, I mean, if he admitted to being
He may think he was.
Okay.
He may think he was. It's not on paper. It's dead in the water. Okay. And there's certainly nothing saying that it's still an open investigation. And look, Tommy knows I'm no fucking big fan. That's no secret. Other than Cat Eyes thinks that me and him are best friends, but that's just false. Make it make sense, Sam. Come on.
Well, I hear make it make sense. I can't make sense of something that seems a bit confusing. So,
I mean, a bit confusing. You're trying to say that one person called in and said,
no,
this is going on.
I didn't say that.
You said from a tip.
I said that they received a tip. Could be Google giving them a tip that there is something on a hard drive, or Microsoft. That's a tip.
Okay.
So it could be something, a cloud computing tip.
I mean, well, because that's exactly what it said.
Right. So my alternative question to you is, why haven't they charged someone yet?
I mean, that'd be up to them to answer that. I can't answer that. And let me ask you this. If that's not the case and his shit was taken, and I mean, he's saying now, well, why would I want it now? Why didn't you go get it then? Why didn't you go get your phone or whatever the fuck they took then? Why do they still have your shit?
Well,
because my phone I've been paying on for I don't even know how fucking long, cost me $1,000. There's no fucking way that I'm going to let it stay somewhere for 6 months, let alone 3 fucking years. Now, you might do that, Sam, because you got money to throw around like that. Us simple folk don't.
You know, but Sammy, Joe, you say that people constantly say that about. I kept money and saved it so that I could contribute, and I don't have money to throw around. I
I
gave
don't
money to
know.
something.
You're
I mean,
missing.
would you
I'm not.
say that if I gave it to my church or a athletic club? I mean, it's like, why are you
Okay,
denigrating
here. Let
people
me
that?
let me
Why
rephrase it. Let me
denigrate me for
hold on.
contributing to
Hold
people in
on,
this
Sam.
community?
Hold on. Slow down, honey. Let me make it softer for you. Okay. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm saying I don't have $1,000 to just throw away on a cell phone to let someone take it and just be like, oh, well, there it goes.
I don't have that money either, maybe.
Okay. So, I mean, he's got money like that to just be like, oh, they can just keep it. All of their electronics, they can just keep it. I mean, is that what you would do? Or let's ask this too. 3 years later, you know it's there. You know it's attached to you. If it's not true, why aren't you trying to get that removed? Because that has nothing to do with this drug case. I hate to break it to you.
Well, there's things on a phone that can track if they're looking for suppliers and dealers. There's a reason why maybe they took the phones and not
They
the
took the
laptop,
phones because they're being investigated for CP.
or they're trying to look at the suppliers of the chain of drug transactions. I don't, we're projecting.
Well, you know what? Everybody here knows that I buy cocaine every once in a while. And if I got hemmed up on something, and it would never be CP, but if I got hemmed up on something and they took my phone, and I knew that if they were trying to hem me up on something separate, but I knew I had dealer contacts in my phone, I wouldn't go and fucking ask them for it back. They can keep the damn thing because I don't want to draw their attention, So
I mean, he don't give a fuck to get on stream and admit that he was doing the drugs.
Well,
he doesn't have to speak just because they say who is this and who is this and who is this. He doesn't have to speak. There's that right to remain silent shit. Without
right, but there's
so
also not wanting to even have to deal with
Bill,
them,
Okay, Bill, you got all this fucking shit at your house, right? All these drugs at your house. They come kick your fucking door in for a drug raid, and you go to jail. Oh wait, what's this paper that says suspect for CP? Is that going to happen? Just accidentally? Get the fuck out of here.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that let's say that they came at me because they thought, oh, I don't know. Okay, let's say that hypothetically I have hand grenades and they found out about it, and they came to bust me for hypothetically they came to bust me for the hand grenades, but they didn't find the hand grenades, but they found the cocaine, right?
They can
and then
still
they take my
charge
phone
you with it. It's a crime.
Yes, exactly. They're going to. But if they took my phone to try to,
the other case goes away.
No, it doesn't. But like if they kind of forgot about it, I'm not going to go ask them for my phone and reattract their attention.
You really
that shit kind of shit happens though. It gets stuff gets lost. I've seen it happen as a bail bondsman.
Do you think that they would have said, okay, look, hey, sir, we took your devices and stuff, and we found that this is there's no evidence of it. We found it to not be true. Here's your devices back. Why hasn't that happened yet?
Well, yeah, I don't know, but I can tell you. Well, okay, I'll tell you one thing that did happen to me. I was involved in something, and I had a really nice leather motorcycle jacket that got completely coated in blood. They took it as evidence, and I still wanted it back because I thought I could clean it. I still have the jacket. I'll dig it out and send you pictures if you want. But it was so coated in blood, and they just put it in a fucking plastic evidence bag, so it all mildewed. I really wanted that jacket back, and even after everything was cleared, I had some other property too that I was supposed to get back. I had paperwork said that I get it all back, and they said they would contact me when they had it all back to in one spot or whatever. They never fucking did, so I had to go and ask them for it.
But there it is. You had to do what?
But I had to go ask them for it because they just forgot or whatever. So I had to stay on to get it back. But if I was hiding from something else, if I was afraid that they might have found something, I would not go asking for it. They can keep that fucking jacket and my knife and everything else they had. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to draw their attention if I think there could be something else.
If you haven't done anything wrong, why are you worried about it?
If I haven't done
That's the
anything wrong, I
problem.
wouldn't.
That's the problem. Why is that even there? That's the whole point. Why is that even there? It shouldn't even be there.
I'm saying that, and I don't know about Ed's case specifically, but in general, I'm saying they do forget shit. Like when I was a bail bondsman, I had people out on bonds for like 3 years over fucking misdemeanors, and it was just because the court fucking forgot about them. And these guys would have to call in every week and check in with me. And after a certain point in time, I'd be like, "What the fuck? Why aren't they?" And they'd be like, "I don't know. They must have forgot because they never issued me a new court date after the last one." And I would check, and that person would be telling the truth. And I would just kind of get sick of having to deal with the same person for 3 fucking years over a bond that I only made $500 on. But they don't want me to draw attention to it because they don't want them to like get it going again.
Sammy Joe, you're a reasonable person most of the time.
I try to be.
Most of the time.
I try.
What would satisfy you then to exonerate Edward?
Well, we can't exonerate Edward right now, but
it's not about, for me, I guess for me, it's about the honesty factor. People trusted him. And look, if it wasn't true, I mean, what does everybody do around here? They dig on people's shit. You can't tell me that he didn't know that was there.
I guess that's the crux of all of this. I think
it was there when he first started helping catchers and decoys. It was there.
Is it
back then?
Is it fair to say that the criticism about Edward is that he should have been upfront about this document and the raid at the beginning of whenever this happened? Do a 30-minute video, explain what happened, put the document out there and any information you received, and say, this is out there, it's pending, I will update everyone. I'm innocent. I did not, and I do not have or possess any, illegal content, but this happened and I'm putting it out there. Is that you're somewhat what appears to be deception around the raid itself? And
no, it's a deception of Ed not being an honest individual. Plain and simple. He knew it was there. He came into this community, latched on to helping catchers and decoys, knowing that was there. And I'm sorry.
He was actually in the community before that happened, I believe.
Oh, my goodness sakes. He came, from what I understand, into the community in 2020. That paper's dated 2019. The warrant was served in 2020. So whichever year it was, in 2019, January of 2019 or January of 2020, either one, he knew it was there.
He was here in early 2019 because that's when I came in, and he's one of the first people I met.
Guess what?
I don't know specific dates. I don't know specific dates.
The paper's dated January of 2019, Bill.
Yeah. So to answer Venomous Villain, and I think that I would have preferred Edward to be upfront from the beginning and being as
transparent,
as truthful and accurate with information for the community to evaluate, not to jeopardize his drug case, but to speak on why his name was on a document. I think that would have, whether he would have had the status in his community with that out there, at least we all could have been able to make our own assessment and make a determination. So I don't think that it was unreasonable ask for
and
that.
choose whether or not we wanted that there or not, and whether or not we wanted that to be something we were attached to,
Correct.
for lack of a better word.
Correct.
No, I do agree he should have freaking told at least the catchers, even if he didn't say it publicly, he should have at least told the catchers he was working with. I agree with that. You know, and
Well,
like that we didn't have these panel channels. In early 2019, these panel channels did not exist. So like there really wasn't a place for him to go public and say it at that time.
I think that there's things that he could have done differently for sure. And if he wasn't going to say anything and it then later gets revealed, I think that it may be normal for people to react, some of them. Now, others have had it out for Edward, and I think that they are partisans and biased. But for those that are
100%.
I think that they reacted in a way that is normal, that they felt that they were deceived or that they were
Look, I went on a catch and exposed the kid who was autistic to the hilt. This kid was autistic as fuck, and he tried to clam up on me and didn't want to talk, started crying, and then he looked at me and said, "I need a hug." To keep the kid talking, I stood up and gave him a hug. You know how much shit I took for that? Just because I hugged him. He wasn't convicted. The police hadn't even got there yet. It kept him talking, though, till the police did get there.
Yeah.
I took so much shit over that. And you want to tell me that I shouldn't look at somebody and be like, that's on your name, and I shouldn't be concerned? You got me fucked up.
Yeah. So, I'm, there are things that I think that if I found myself in Edward's position, that I would have done differently. And if I was as involved and had the status that he had in a community like this, and the manner with which he has, let's be honest, he's dragged other people, including, you were a target at one time, Sammy Joe.
I've been a target since last September. It's wore me the fuck out. And Clown Force, ain't nobody saying he should run around saying, hey, I'm a suspect. I'm a suspect. What we are saying is maybe he shouldn't even came in here fucking with that attached to his name. Come after you get that shit gone. That's what I'm saying. He should have never inserted himself into all this shit knowing that was there. That's on him. Not me, not anybody else in this community. That's on him.
Yeah.
And if he had already started and had himself inserted in shit, and that shit happened after that, then he should have pulled himself back and said, nope, I'm not fucking doing it till I clear my shit up. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Well, I think that would have been a reasonable reaction. So
that would have been the right reaction. That would have been what was right.
I agree with that.
That would have been
not necessarily have to tell everybody, but at least because he worked. Let me finish, Sammy. Not necessarily go and tell everybody, because not everything is everybody's fucking business like they seem to think it is. But at least tell the catchers he was working for, because he worked for Alex and he worked for AZ, and I know for a fact he was with AZ from the beginning, because so was I. I don't remember exactly when AZ started, but yeah, Edward's been around since early 2019, because, like I said, that's when I got into the community, and
he should have stayed far the fuck away until his shit was cleared up. Then he could come back and say, I'm exonerated. If anybody knew, look what I did. I beat that shit. Ha ha. Now let's save some kids. That's what he should have fucking did. Fight it a little more to get it off of your fucking name. That's what he should have did.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I am not disagreeing with you either.
Thank you. Finally, somebody agrees with me. I'm not just fucking crazy.
Well, you're still.
Oh no,
crazy.
no, no, no! You're crazy.
Fuck
I'm
you
just saying I agree with you.
both. Sam, you're a
I
crybaby that
I
don't
still
know how
agree
to
with you even
smoke.
when you're crazy, Sammy Joe. So.
You're a crybaby that don't know how to smoke. And
Oh, jeez.
and Bill,
I
fuck
will
you. When I
never
get
get
back
over
in
that.
chat, I'm timing everybody out. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
Thank
Sammy, don't make me be a manager, please.
Give me the big wrench, Bill.
You
Oh,
can have my. Maybe we ought to talk about that off of here, huh?
I don't do DMs, Bill. Just give me your big wrench.
Um, how about a big lever bar? Like that's probably about the best I can do.
Oh God. Whatever can time these fuckers out down here, I'll take it.
All right.
Thanks, Sammy Joe. Appreciate you coming up.
I'm
And
not
you-
as
and-
crazy.
and-
I
I'm
was
not as
quaking
crazy
in
as
my
people
boots
try to make me.
when you first came up. I really thought you were going to go into me and start dragging. So
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Look, I'm just looking for answers, just like everybody else. But like, man, I've been. I'm just not even gonna go there again. I'm just fucking. Yeah, I'm still fucking salty. You're damn right. I wasn't just a troll in chat or just the internet for me. Your trip for you, do you remember that when it's just the internet? When you went on that trip to Florida, that wasn't just the internet for you, was it, Sam?
no, it became very real.
You understand a little better now?
I do. Yes, I do. Waiting for police officers for 3-4 hours today, and confronting some pretty nasty people, and then dealing with it's very real, not the internet. So I do understand it.
Okay, one more question.
Yeah. Okay.
Only because somebody's asking in chat and I keep seeing it. It says, PHI, can you ask why they didn't catch Polo on the Florida trip since Ed knew about it?
That shit about Polo's not true.
I'm going to have to defer that to Edward. I was not aware of any of that information. I believe that someone may have mentioned it to me months ago, and that they were still trying to verify whether it was accurate or not. That was not. We had a very tight schedule, and then we had a couple additional catches and some that flaked. It would have been very difficult, and that person is part of a different group that they may have wanted to handle it in a certain way. So
do you believe that?
Do I believe what?
About Polo?
I don't know who he is, and I don't.
Bill?
No, I knew about this shit months ago, and if I thought it was true, I would have fucking Polo. I gave Polo a bulletproof vest. I mean, we used to talk a lot. But I find shit like that about somebody. It's not. They're either just gonna go, and I'm gonna make them go, or the shit's getting put out there. I'm not fucking sitting around. I don't care who it is for something like that. But see, the thing is that was brought to me, and I didn't know that FM already knew about it. I didn't know that anybody else. I mean, obviously the people that brought it to me, but I didn't know that FM knew about it too, and apparently a few other people did. But I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to spread it around. It just like I've texted with Polo a bunch. Whoever wrote those messages, it doesn't even sound like Polo. And think about it. Why is somebody who knows if they wanted to do that, they would know to be more careful about it and as to who they were messaging. You know what I mean? The whole thing smells like a setup.
Have you talked to Ed about it, Bill?
No. No. As soon as I didn't see it when he first put it out. I saw it later that day because I hadn't checked my DMs, and I checked and there was a shitload of them, so I knew something had happened. And people were saying, well, what's it talking about? What's this coming from? What's this coming from? So then I went and watched it. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. So I went live and I said, hey, that's when I told Ed to take a break because.
Real quick, this is how things get misconstrued miscommunication, misinterpretation, and then sort of like the game of telephone, the kindergarten game of telephone that gets messages get purposefully or
Well, I mean, that's why I'm
accidentally.
just asking questions.
So I said that a few months ago I was made aware of not a name. I don't know Polo. I didn't hear his name, but a catcher in the community that potentially was engaging in inappropriate conversations with a minor, a decoy. I wasn't given the name. I wasn't given if it was verified or not. I wasn't given how it was handled. So that's what I said. So when LARPers said Sam knew months ago, I only knew three things. I knew that a catcher in the community was had unverified communications with what he believed to be a minor, and that it was going to be handled, if it was true, by other catchers in the community. That's all I heard. I was given no names. I was given no further information. I asked and I didn't receive any answers. So that's the extent that I quote unquote knew.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go because I
Thanks.
I'm like I've said how I feel about it. I don't know, but I'm gonna go hang out and chat and see if I need to time some people out because that's kind of fun.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Sammy. And I always appreciate and respect your.
We lost the last part of that, Bill. Always appreciate.
Am I still here?
Yes.
Yes.
It looks like I'm trying to leave, but it's not letting me.
Oh, do you want me to kick you? Because I would love to.
Kick her
No!
out. Quick.
Yes,
Get
you
her
can
out.
kick me.
Let me relax, Bill. Please get her
All
out of
right.
here.
Kick
I
me.
can't relax and smoke, not inhale my joint. Will
Boom. Oh God, that felt good. I love kicking people. Sammy, I hope it was as good for you as it was for me.
So,
okay, one more thing, and then I'll give you the floor. Just so y'all know, I don't have managing mods. I don't give out big wrenches. I just don't feel the need. So nobody has a bigger wrench than anybody else here. All right, Sam, go ahead.
Well, no. So I would want to make sure that you are still involved with your own channel. My idea that I'm sort of pushing for a podcast and interviews of various professionals, academic, law enforcement, basically a rubric for how one goes about dealing with the justice system if they are a victim of sexual abuse or sexual assault, support and understanding that you're going to be looked down on, you're going to be shamed, you're going to be treated very not delicately, and you're going to have to prepare for it. And so that's what sort of the idea behind the Survivors Network is. And it's something I'm passionate about. I wish there was a resource or more resources around when I was a kid. And but mainly it would be a resource for adults, adult survivors, to help them, get away from drug and alcohol addictions, from destructive behavior, all the things that they've internalized from the sexual abuse from when they were kids, that's unresolved, that they could have an open discussion. There are some channels out here in our community now, and I sort of want to fine tune everything that's out there. And I want to put together, I've made investments in a studio and a podcasting area to, live stream. And, my particular abuse was by a female. I'd like to bring some spotlight and exposure on that aspect of predatory behavior and pedophilia. I'd like to understand why male victims of female abuse don't come forward more often. I'd like to, on an academic level, have, maybe some research projects done by students at institutions about female sex offenders And so that's the whole idea behind the Survivors Network. And I'm sort of pitching my idea for your channel, and but I wouldn't want to do anything if it doesn't involve you participating. I can't be involved in your channel if it means you not being here anymore. So I don't want any parts of that. And I'm not going to monetize the channel. I wouldn't monetize the channel. It would be, you offering your channel to have access for us to post content on, and maybe rebrand as the Survivors Network, or you to continue with pulling the strings, and we just occasionally put up videos that we produce on victim survivor stories, or interviews that we have with social workers and psychologists. So that would be my pitch, Bill. But I'm getting confused about where you're going. Forget your channel and you want to sell it for $150,000. Where are you going? If not, your channel is still around.
Well, first, well, let me say that your idea about the Survivors Network, I would totally be down with this channel doing something exactly like that. That's kind of, I just feel like I'm at a crossroads, and I've been through this before. But the thing is, like, if I totally give my channel over to somebody, like, there's no, I mean, of course I could come back, but like, there's really no coming back to the state that I'm at now. I used to love this community. I used to do a lot more helping catchers than this bullshit. And somehow it got sidetracked.
And I wouldn't, I would ask, I'm not asking for a freebie, but I've done enough. I wouldn't buy your channel. I would simply, if we could integrate some of the content I put out on your channel for the community, I would still want you to own the channel, and I would just put content. But I'm not in the market to buy a channel. I don't want to think like, I've spent all my money that I'm going to donate. I have not donated in months. And I think that money has a corrupting effect, and it has a negative impact. So doing things in silence is better. But I'm
not looking for money for it. But my idea is like, I've already got, I see people starting new channels that are trying to do good things, and like, I see them struggling to get 4,000 watch hours. I've got more than enough. Like, I never, when this channel, I just started doing things. This channel's been around since like 2017 or something, but I just started doing things on it just like in June. And I've always said I'll never get 1,000 subs. Nobody's good, but it's getting there, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit. I think it's weird, but when I see people that are doing, I don't feel like my channel's doing a lot of good things. It's, you know what I mean? Every now and then, and sometimes it's fun. And
Well,
I love just being able to get on here and bullshit with people about nothing,
Yeah, and to Vic, a victorious bastard out there, you didn't ever take any money from me, and you do great work. I mean, you wouldn't be taking money from me. I would have bought, some of the stuff that was given was for work and services. I didn't donate to decoys that worked the Florida catches. I gave them money for their work that they performed. I don't know why people hate on me because I compensated decoys for the damn hard work that they do. The people that came on the trip were paid nothing except for their transportation costs and the bed that they stayed in. So no one's passing around free money. Back in December, I made an error in how I went about giving out donations. And I've come to realize that that was not a good look for myself. It looked arrogant and smug, and it looked poor on my part. And so I can't go back and take that away. And we also missed some very good people to donate to, some good teams and some good catchers and some good decoys. But my idea, Bill, is to push some content onto your channel, but you stay around. Could I post some, we're going to have to work out the details, because if you do continue your content, yours may not be, let's just say, content friendly for the Survivor Network.
That's what I was thinking. Is I'm pretty crude and I can't change, and I wouldn't want to fuck anything up for what you're doing. You know what I mean? So that's why I would love to see my channel do something good. But for something like that, as much as I support it, I wouldn't be able to get on here and do this. I mean, guys, I love getting on here in the middle of the day. I'm just fucking around, whatever, and just talking to people about shit not even related to this.
Yeah.
And I definitely will miss it. And here's something else is, like, after I posted it, I figured some people that I talk to regularly would say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" I expected that from certain people, and it happened. But I've also been reached out to by people that I actually didn't think liked me, and by people that I've never talked to before. And it still boggles my mind that anybody ever listens at all, unless there's some drama bullshit going on and people are nosy.
Yeah. Just real quick, I want to think. I know people, I'm apologizing now. And I think that Telly recognizes that Apology Sam on his apology tour is not the Sam that people want to hear from. But if I did threaten to sue people, Cam or Ryan, I don't, I have no plans to do any of that. I think that there's a lot of legal questions surrounding decisions that are made as it relates to people making statements or doing things. But I don't have any plans to sue anyone in this community. I think it would be pointless. And I don't think it's an effective use of potential money. If I do have it, I want to contribute in a positive way. And any money that would be used to sue someone is going to go into the Survivors Network and building out resources and a platform for victims and survivors of sexual abuse to utilize to overcome their trauma. So my idea is twofold. I mean, could we produce some content for your channel that you would post as a video, whether it's a in-studio podcast, whether it's a radio sort of interview, or it's a investigation type thing? Would you be willing to post some of our videos that we produce?
Absolutely.
And then, see how that goes as a start. And then, I still don't get what you're saying, but I really do think that your voice is something that people, I would miss it if you were gone. And that's me. You're kind of the person that is a very, very, you've been in your own controversies, but you're a reasonable person and you're a fun person. Some people don't like you. Sometimes I don't agree with the things that you've done all the time. I'm sure you don't agree with the things I've done all the time, but to see you go away or get rid of your channel to someone that, I really think that, I don't think that it would be good for this community if you went off into the sunset, in a cocaine laced fentanyl patch. I think now more than ever, Bill's voice is something that is a reasonable voice in unreasonable times, particularly for this community. So if I did do something integrated with your channel with my Survivors Network idea, I still think you could push your content out, but we would definitely have to separate. There would have to be a degree of separation between what we're doing and what you're doing. But you know,
Well,
it's
the
just an idea
ladies
I had, Bill. So
the ladies do say they like my voice, and that's something else that I've heard a lot the last couple of days. Is, oh, I love your voice, and I won't get into details, but yeah, I would love to have content like that to post on my channel. And believe it or not, if I really force myself, I can be a good boy for short amounts of time. Like I just wouldn't want to. Just wouldn't want the bullshit. Like when I get on here and talk about ball gags and surprise anal, I wouldn't want that to make your brand look bad. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, I think, you know, when I had invited, that is a concern. Back in December, when I put together that challenge, I invited Rue Powell from the SOSA organization, who runs that program called Undercover Underage on ID Discovery Network, I think. And she had one look at some of the channels within the community and didn't want to appear on that night. She was we were actually going to interview her that night. When I gave the donation, she was going to come on for about 30 minutes and talk about SOSA and what they do in the TV show. And she had, I guess, either her or her employees look at the content on several of the channels and respectfully declined, but wrote a very nice letter to the community. So I do have a little concern about that, but I think that I mean, that's who you are, and who's to say that victims of sexual abuse can't enjoy? I'm one, and I enjoy your content.
Well, that's the thing. People try, and I don't give a fuck. The thing that I don't care when people drag me, but the thing is, you got a lot of, like, all of the boys and fucking John Davis and Ryan. They fucking just lie after lie after lie about me. So much that they say is true, and I'll take the hit for that, whatever. But they just fucking lie and lie and lie about shit. And that's the thing is, I do make a lot of crude sexual jokes, but the thing is, most of the ladies that joke around with me back are survivors themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
who's to say survivors of abuse don't have to be pigeonholed? I've always said this. We don't have to sit in the corner with a tissue box crying. We can laugh. We can tell dirty jokes, perverted jokes. We can enjoy the things that you have to say and joke about. I mean, it's not like that's the whole thing about recovering from trauma. You know, boxing people into this, you know, it's like a morgue. You know, survivors of sexual abuse don't have to be in a morgue. We have the ability to have fun and laugh at the shit that you laugh at and cry at the shit that you cry at. And, you know, that's the whole thing about a healthy recovery is that, you know, if people's sensibilities are offended because we're supposed to come up here with a Kleenex box and cry our eyes out when we should just come up here and talk real talk and open talk.
Yeah, they're offended for other people.
Well, who gives who's to say that, you know, everyone has a different journey in the recovery of abuse and trauma. And if you like the content and this is a space that you feel that you can, you know, have this safe environment where you can be yourself and you know, I know the community is in a lot of negative, you know, it's a toxic place right now for sure. But, you know, a lot of the victims come here. I mean, this is a refuge. As sick as that sounds, we're a bunch of sick puppies as victims and survivors. That this this community is our refuge from our own internal trauma, and I get beat up.
Sure. And
I get beat up in this community all the time. And I'm a victim. I was a victim when I was 5. And, there's just nothing more powerful to take on getting punch bagged by a bunch of internet bullies than what I learned to cope with and overcome as a 5-year-old. There's literally nothing someone can say or do to me online or in person that can damage, destroy, hurt me as much as I was hurt when I was 5. I've already overcome the abuse. I've already overcome the hate. And so the idea that people can call me all kinds of crazy names, say a bunch of false shit about me, make up lies straight, tenfold. We got a channel out there calling me a pedo sympathizer, a chomo. It's kind of ironic that they're leveling that. Tell me that to my face, me, a sexually abused child, and call me that to my face. And you may not have a face at the end of it if you're in front of me, because
you do handle the trolls pretty good. I got to give you that.
Well, I mean, the trolls are the trolls, but when and even I can handle even these darker accusations. They can go fuck themselves, because if you told me that to my face, anything can happen. And to call a victim that, we know full well what that is, what that term means. We've come face to face with that person in our own life that deserves that mark of the beast, to be termed a pedophile and a chomo. And so to have it so freely, so recently being thrown around is vile, and it's deplorable, despicable, with so many victims in this community that have come face to face and overcome their abuse and their abusers. And to have that term just so, like the term racist and homophobic and xenophobic and pedophile, and just throw it around because I don't like you, or I think you were deceptive in what you were talking about with your personal background, so you must be a chomo. And then anybody that defends you must also be a chomo and sus as fuck. Well, fuck off. The victims and survivors of sexual abuse are some of the toughest motherfuckers around, and we're scrappy.
Absolutely.
We're scrappy.
Absolutely.
And there ain't no motherfucking person can say or do to me that what happened to me and what I overcome when I was a kid. So you can just go fuck right off. And that doesn't mean I don't like the trolls. Doesn't mean that I don't want people to call me out for bullshit. But I get a ton of hate in this community, and I love every fucking minute of it. So that's a different tack for survivors. I'm not in the corner crying with my Kleenex box. I'm out here in the world taking bullets and standing for what I think is right, and standing up for people that I think maybe are there's a rush to judgment, and I think it's important to me. And if people have a difference of opinion, they can have a difference of opinion. But when we start so freely throwing around that term in this community, when it means something real to many of us, I think we take a very dark turn. But anyway, I do wanted to share that I think that we have, if you're willing to allow the Survivors Network to push out some of our content on your channel, that would be a starting point. And but I definitely don't want you to I don't want to buy your channel. I don't want to and you to leave this community.
Well, it's not really for sale. I just, and you can absolutely, I would love to have that kind of thing on my channel. I just think that if we're going to do that, I shouldn't be here, because I kind of conflict with what people expect out of that kind of thing. And like, I do talk to, and some of them are in this chat right now. I've talked to a lot of the victims here, and they've told me their stories. Some of them have never told their stories publicly. And I also talked to a lot of lurkers that never, I mean, we got what, 85 in here, and there's probably 15 to 20 people chatting. All the rest of them are just listening. And I talk to a lot of these people that just lurk, and they're like, "Hey, don't let this bullshit from these other people get you down. I really like what you do. I'm a survivor, and I love your sexual jokes." So you have really, it's a handful of people that are running around running their mouths, is what it is. And I've been told repeatedly, and this isn't really a narrative that I want to follow, but I've been told repeatedly that these guys all sound, and I've used this phrase myself, they all sound like jealous high school girls, and I do agree with that. I don't pal around with the boys because I don't like how they do things.
Yeah, and I just think that this community needs to see more visibility from our victims. I think that the victims have buttressed and buffered, whether it be donations or time viewing. Victims really are the foundation. They're the base of this community. And I think that, but for a few ancillary channels out there that don't get a lot of viewership, I think that there's an opportunity to really put on display the survivors that have worked so hard to get, recover in life and recover from their abuse. And we see so many times people dousing themselves in alcohol and drugs and domestic abuse, and they then return and do their own abuse. And we don't really get to see successful victims that have powered through and become a better person, and a person of love and compassion, but also a skeptic and a cynic that can help their friends and families learn from the mistakes that they went through, that their families, their parents made, letting them around family members and friends who were pedophiles. I feel like I have a voice to impact what I think. When you have kids, you're a parent, it's not about the stranger danger on the boardwalk with a piano mustache. It's the cool coach, uncle, vivacious, talented, that you let stay in your home for 3 months just because he or she wanted to help tutor your kids or help, needed some financial support. So you let them live in your home, and then they infiltrate. That's the one. Those are the ones. Those are the ones that become trusted by the adults in the kid's life, and then they move into the kids. And that's how it happened to me, and that's how it happened in countless cases. And so that's where I'm at, Bill. And I'd like to, now that you've sort of offered up your channel as a potential platform, I'd like to, as one of the offers on the table, in addition to a kilo of Colombian whites,
Sold.
pushing it across the table, that I might like to do. But I think you should still work the room and see what else is out there, and see what other people have ideas for your channel. But I do have my own channel, and I have, I got most of my subs from the trip. It was going to be used as an alternative channel if we had to go live. So I don't want to take advantage. I wanted to use that for, if I ever go on a trip, we need to keep that for live catches in the future. Maybe I don't want to take advantage of the reason why people sub to that channel was, but for an alternate channel for live catches. Maybe I'll speak with the powers that be and see if they're okay that I start going live on other subjects like my own stuff. But you have a good base of support. I think your subscribers are relatively normal and not as Looney Tune as some of the other folks and the other channels. And I think you're willing to listen and be open to ideas. So that's all I wanted to talk about.
All right, man. I appreciate that.
I want to wish you and all the chatters a very good night. It was enjoyable to talk to David, and always enjoyable for. It is a lot easier when Sammy Joe comes up and she's not here to drag you. Every time her logo pops off and I'm in here, I have a little heart flutter. So it's a lot easier when her arrows are not directed at your face. So anyway, it was good to hear from her too, and congrats to her again for her incoming grandson. So have a good night, Bill. And we will be in touch. Thank you.
Yes, we will. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments that I wanted to respond to tonight, both good and bad, but I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. Something else that I wanted to say earlier is like I do flirt with a lot of girls privately. I've had a lot of sexually charged conversations with quite a few ladies, and it's always in good fun. But I don't do it to everybody. I can read a fucking room. Like if I'm talking to a girl and she don't seem like she's about that life, I don't fucking do it. I know Lion Ryan, one of the things he said was that he had all these women that were going to come out against me. Where the fuck are they at? They don't exist because I don't act like that towards people that aren't. If they don't reciprocate, then I'm not going to do it. You know. And that fucking what's the name of it? Community gatekeepers, Instagram, whatever. They've been going like if they see me talking to a girl here in chat, they go to their Instagrams and they DM them and they ask if I ever get inappropriate. And to my knowledge, they've all said no. At least the ones that have run back to me and told me about it. And they think that person has some nerve, but yeah, all this shit. People say, "Oh, he's this, he's that." Where's your fucking proof? Find me one girl. I mean, yes, I talk dirty to a lot of girls, but they talk the same back to me. Find me one girl that has an honest complaint about things about as far as that goes. And then I see mostly men coming at me about it. I can't help it if you got no game. Maybe I can teach you. I don't know. And if you don't like the shit I say, you don't like how I talk, don't fucking be here. I don't want you. Go unsubscribe. Go find something else. Why do you waste your time watching a guy that evidently just pisses you off? I mean, if there's anybody here now that wants to call me out for whatever, I mean, specifically for that, but for um, whatever you want. I mean, if you're gonna make an accusation, you better have proof, and I will let you show it up here. The link is pinned. And here's something else, like fucking. I'll do a different stream about this. About a lot of y'all that are new, they've only been around for like a few months. You don't know. I mean, FBC is kind of creeping back in, but you have no idea. Like, Size Lives Matter. That motherfucker is Twomper, and some of those other channels are also FBC people. Haystack Sniper, all them. I fought them long and hard, and they finally disappeared for a while. Now they're coming back, and they're taking advantage of the people that don't know. One of their several of their members, several months ago, came over to me and apologized because they realized that those motherfuckers are full of shit and they were lying. And now they're doing the same thing with the same videos and the same lies. One of their main people on my channel here several months ago, and I think the name of that stream is FBC Exposed or something like that. I don't know. There was actually a couple of them, but like she showed me a lot about how they fake screenshots. They would take they would make a Discord account that looked just like mine, have a conversation, and make it look like I said shit I never said. They blamed me for having Discords taken down, which never fucking happened. Whole bunch of shit. But one of their main members came forward and brought a hell of a lot of proof. We didn't show all of it publicly, but things that involved certain individuals, I just kind of took a lot of that and sent it to them personally so they didn't have to be dragged or whatever. But Twomper fucking collects pictures of other people's kids and posts them. And then refused to take them down. Tell me that's not some fucking creepy ass shit. And I guarantee you, Size Lives Matter is Twomper. I don't care if he tries to deny it. But these guys are, they do a lot of Tommy's dirty work so that Tommy can keep his hands clean. And that's all been proven too. Same thing with PNN. Just a cup. Emily. They were the same fucking thing. They've been called out as well. There's a reason why they disappeared and quit going live. There's still a lot of stuff like the FBC. And I started a whole fucking Instagram to call this shit out. FBC_lies. If you go back to especially towards the beginning, a lot of this shit is laid out there. I mean, I had to start a whole fucking separate Instagram just for this shit because there was so much of it. And I didn't want to do it on my personal Instagram because I just don't want drama on there. Mr. Samuel, part of it is because they're just fucking psychos. And I tried to have reasonable conversations with them early on. Dude, if I were to tell everything, it would be like another 6-hour stream, which I might have to do here pretty soon. But I tried to have a Discord conversation with them, and it was impossible because they all acted like children. But they said at one point that, and I've seen them say this to other people too, that they said that Tommy is the only one that should be doing catches. And they have actively tried to have other catchers taken down. And their leader, Twomper, is a fucking psycho. And he likes to make fun of people because they have shit in their past, but he's a multiple felon. He was printing money, got caught by the Secret Service because he needed drug money. And then he drags other people for having addictions and having criminal records. All that shit, I posted his records up on the FBC Lies Instagram a long time ago. And then Tree was robbing people's houses and shit. Some of the things they doxed people, harassed people, threatened people. They were the ones that started doxing everybody around here. They doxed me, and they're not particularly good at it because they kept putting up pictures of people that they said were me that aren't me, and they put up all these criminal charges that they said were me but had nothing to do with me. They doxed 3 or 4 different Bill Powells before they finally got the right one. There's been a lot. And again, if you go back to, I believe it's called FBC Exposed. There are other videos, like some of my earlier videos. There's a lot of information there. And to inform some of the new people, I'm going to have to fucking start talking about it again. See, they went away for a while because they were beat back. And again, several people that used to follow them finally saw what they were. They used to come at me pretty hard. Eventually saw the truth, and now we're friends. LB, is that why the crusade towards CPP started? No, that's not why it started. They were just Tommy's henchmen after it started. But that's not why. And yeah, it has been going back and forth forever. Yeah, Twomper was printing his own money and got caught. And then some of the like the synopsis to how he got caught, I've got all that posted too. First, he tried to blame it on a non-existent black man, and then when they called him out on his bullshit story, he just ratted. He ratted out his friends. But that stuff's all still up there on that Instagram. Sabby, 100% they were the ones that doxed you. Didn't they? Didn't Size Lives Matter dox you? Isn't that like the first thing they did was dox you and Red Hood? And I can't stand Red Hood, but that shit was wrong. I don't know which videos they put back up during Racer because I don't watch them. The only one of those leech channels that I even sub to is Predator Catcher Drama. All those other little channels I don't even watch, so I don't know what videos you're talking about. But they had a whole channel up at one time. They had a shit ton of videos. Most of them were about me, which is fine. As long as they're coming at me, then they can't be coming to somebody else. So I didn't really care. But 90% of the shit they were saying was complete bullshit. I mean, they were proven to use fake screenshots. And they're back up to it now. Yeah, Jordan, this whole community is a mindfuck. Julie Fisher, I'll tackle you. After seeing your picture the other day, hell yeah. I hope you don't mind a broken down old man, but Jordan, I'd tackle you too. Fuck, I'd tackle Gremlin. Why not? The new clip channels run by them. I don't know what you're talking about, Grim Razor. Well, Gremlin, I know you asked first, but I think it's pretty well established that I'm the alpha male here. Step aside, boy. The new clip channels run by them. I'm not. I've seen a little bit, but I just don't watch it, so I don't know what all they're putting out. But I do know that they reposted at least one video where they talk about like how I took Discords down, which never fucking happened. They tried to make it look like I did. But I understand they're putting up some of the old videos. See, when their member came forward and she had control of their channel and she took all those videos down. And that was when I started to actually trust her because we've been talking for a long time. And then she came on here and said what she knew, and she showed me a lot of things, and I showed a lot of people some things, and she took all those videos down because she knew that they were bullshit. And she could tell you all about how Twomper is a manipulative, controlling fuck. Oh, don't worry, Lynn. I can tackle. I'm an old guy, so I get it. I'm not as tough as I used to be either, but I can tackle very gently when I want to. Kitty, I promise you, they are 5 times as malicious as anything anybody else has done. I mean, Ed and Julie don't run around off the internet and grab pictures of people's kids and post them for everybody to see and make nasty comments. That's not okay. And tell me that's not some fucking creepy chomo shit. Have to ask your hubby for permission slip. Well, I mean, if you got good paperwork, hey, let's roll. All right. As much as I enjoy flirting with you ladies, I feel like I've been talking for a long time. So I think I'm gonna hang this up, and maybe I'll give Grandma lessons on how to be an alpha. I fed him, and I'm gonna get him wet too, if you know what I'm saying. All right, shut up, Bill. It's time for bed. All right, y'all. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'm not going away, at least quite yet. So, and if any ladies want to flirt in DMs here in about 10 minutes, you can hit me up. All right. I very much appreciate you, even the assholes. I don't want to go unchallenged. I don't want anybody to think that. I don't mind being challenged as long as I'm being challenged with the truth. I mean, you call me out all you want, as long as it's true. I don't care. I'll either apologize or tell you to go fuck yourself, you know? More likely tell you to go fuck yourself. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to me babble, and I appreciate everybody that came up. One more thing real quick, because I've had a lot of conversations, a lot of private phone conversations with Sam. He's a good dude. He doesn't get enough credit sometimes, but the thing is people don't know. He doesn't want people to know, so I'm not going to tell you any details, but he's a cooler dude than what y'all think. All right, y'all. Stay naked.